Doink. Hey, guess what? It's Friday.
Oh. Guess who's got a mute? Oh, no, I don't yet.
Stevie has to mute.
Got it.
I couldn't stand the side-by-side. Oh, my God. I hated it. Hated the side.
So, yeah, what I was saying about that Star Wars movie last night, we went and seen it. I can't believe they killed Chewbacca, man.
Too bad, huh? That sucks.
Boy, spoiler alert. I was just.
Oh, shit. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Sorry, man. Sorry for anybody who like Star Wars.
What a scum.
I have not seen Star Wars since about the third movie on the first group of Star Wars that come out.
Really?
Yep.
Shalisa, how come? Why are you out there, not in here? You don't like me tonight?
She's a fancy smancy gun shooter now, so maybe she's too good for
she's dissing me because she's a gun shooter. She's a slinger now.
Gun slinger.
I said slinger, not swinger. Slinger. I don't want to get yelled at. I don't want to get beat up. Well,
hoity-toity.
Anywho, so I got a shit ton of invites out there, but right now it's We Three Kings. Get it? We Three Kings, Christmas. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, there you go. The three wise men.
The three wise men. Okay. You gotta, if I'm thinking of these quick, you guys gotta keep up with me.
Oh, hey, Shalise wants to know what's wrong with swingers.
Nothing at all. You don't have any children? Do what you gotta do.
Woohoo!
I have no fucking issues. I listen to me. I don't judge. Do as you see fit. That's what I say.
Just a swinging.
Swinging.
Why are you swinging out there? How come you're not swinging in here? I don't have any bands. What's a brand? What the fuck?
Swing low, sweet chariot.
Prepping. Oh, all of a sudden prepping. All right, Shalisa. Prepping. All of a sudden, you have a video. You can come on prepping. Yes or no? Because I'll send you an invite. I've been trying to get you on the freaking chat for how long? I keep forgetting there's a friggin' delay. I think it's longer than the original one from the old chat. The old. So why can't I have an icon for StreamYard? Why do I have to go into Chrome, go into StreamYard, find an old chat, go back to dashboard? Why can't I just go doink and I'm on?
Right.
Don't think the Wi-Fi here would do it.
There's Vanessa Kitty.
Hello, Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa.
So, Merry Christmas to everybody, because this will be my last chat and then Christmas will be over. So, I hope everybody has a nice Christmas. Don't celebrate Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Don't celebrate Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy whatever the fuck you celebrate.
Happy Festivus.
Happy Festivus. Has anybody seen the photo going around Instagram and Facebook yet? It's there's a sign, a real estate sign, big huge thing. It says for lease, and then somebody spray painted in red Navidad. So that's kind of cool.
So, real quick, Mikey, are we going to have the first president of the United States to ever be reelected that's been impeached?
I don't know. Let me do a rundown. We'll get into that. And I also want to do a public address announcement before we do that. So let's do a little, see who's been in and out and all that happy horse shit. Stevie's the first one in, and also on here with us. Gear Grinding's early tonight, boys and girls.
Right.
That means I guess we're going to be on for a while because fucking Gear's here. So usually when Gear's here, we have to leave. But now he's here early.
All right. Nice seeing you guys. Have a good night.
We're going to have to stay. Prepping to endure, but I know his P2E is here with us. One of these days, he'll get on the chat with us. We'll see what happens. Ohio of the Wolverine kind is also here with us, as you can see. Miss Shalisha Shell is with us. She's going to come on the panel as soon as she. Something about fixing her face. I don't. Is that what she wrote? Is that
Stuffing her face?
stuffing her face? I'm sorry. I just said fixing her face. I'm like, what's wrong with her face? Like, did she like hit herself in the face with a hammer or something? I don't know.
Well, she's got to wear makeup now. She has a gun.
Oh, I understand now. I get it. Vanessa Kitty, how are you? Great to see you. Thanks for coming in. And Jerry's Woodshop and Outdoors. What's going on? Great to see you. Merry Christmas to you. So before we get into, because I don't want to say nothing, but the Dems forget that Billy Clinton got impeached too, but it didn't go past the Senate. So did he really get impeached? Anyway,
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
yeah, I mean,
we're gonna
being
that in a minute.
impeached.
We're gonna have that in a minute. A public address announcement. If you were on a chat, if you're on people's chats or anything like that, do not show a gun. Okay?
Let's test that theory tonight.
I'll test your theory. Do not show a gun on people's chats. Stevie just notified me in Ohio that
I know about it.
YouTube has a new rule out. So in case you guys didn't know the new rule, if you're on somebody else's chat, don't come on a chat with a gun in your hand.
You can't brandish a gun, wave a gun, or transport a gun
On a live chat. Okay? So don't do that because you'll screw the person that's running the chat.
I wonder what they mean by transport. I wonder if it's because somebody filmed themselves like shooting out of a car or something.
Yep.
Well, we'll just have to talk to Stump about that, but we'll be at it. You're right, Preppin. We're gonna get to that in a minute.
In this case, being impeached means 4 more years. Oh,
right. Being impeached does not mean removed from office. Jerry's Woodshop says you just can't be holding one, but having it on the wall or laying it around is okay.
Yeah. If it's on the table and you're just zoomed in on it and you don't touch it, you'll be fine. But the minute you pick it up and move it is when you violate their policy.
So in other words, you can't have gun porn anymore.
bummer.
If you set it on your table in front of you on your desk and then you zoom in on it.
I don't have room to do that. I have to take my laptop and go like this. That's a pain in the butt. That was just
How about just cuddling in your lap?
yeah, well, you know.
And by the way, I'm not too proud to say I cuddle my guns.
Coddle or cuddle?
Cuddle.
Both.
I don't know what that. What's wrong with that? The fucking expensive investments. So, what do we have to wait till January? What? January 2nd week, third week in January is when everything's going to take place. Did I read that properly? The hearings and all for the hearings and all that will start.
No, Pelosi says she's holding it back, but I did hear something about after Christmas.
I heard January. I don't know why I heard January.
Yeah. 7.
Hey, I got a question about that.
Bill, hang on. Bill,
What Congress are we on? Like 100 and which Congress are we on?
what do you mean? Come again?
There's like, I think we're like the 116th Congress or something like
I
that.
don't know. I don't know what number it is.
But if we go to the next Congress, that impeachment doesn't count, right? It's got to be on the Congress that impeached him, not the next Congress, because you have different members.
I don't know how that works. Prepping to enjoy. You are 100% correct. It was on his second term that he was impeached. And Bill Clinton, by the way. Here's the thing, right? It's not going to pass the Senate. It's not. Now, here's the other thing, okay? And you guys know I didn't vote for Trump, okay? You guys also know that who's ever in the fucking seat, I'll support, because that's, in my opinion, what I'm supposed to do. Okay, doesn't mean I'm not gonna. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna. If I don't like that person that's in there, I'm not gonna vote against him, or whatever. But while he's sitting in that seat, and yes, I'm a chauvinist fuck. I said he. While he's sitting in that seat, I'm gonna. Because I just think that's what I'm supposed to do as a citizen. Okay.
Yep.
Now, here's what I believe. I don't know this for fact, so don't be all like, oh, Mikey, you're all out of your fucking tree. Here's what I think. I think with what they just did to Trump, all they did was ensure the fact that a Democrat will not be fucking president.
Ding, ding.
It's just a strong opinion I have. Call me stupid. But it's just,
especially the sleazy way they went about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got this stuff going on in Virginia that shows what a Democrat will do if they get into office.
Hello, guns girl.
Well, put it this way. They had, 3 or 4 Democrats vote no on impeachment when they come up to the final vote.
3 Democrats voted no, and undecided voted no. Here's what I'd like to know, right? The 3 Democrats that voted no, do you think they're going to have a job?
Right.
It depends.
If you don't think for half a second, but hear me out. If you don't think for half a second that Pelosi and all those other assholes aren't going to push for those people to be gone, which is not fair. The person, I don't care. See, and this is what I try to tell people. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. You vote with what you with your mind and what the law is. Okay. And that's what they did.
Well, here's the thing. If one of those Democrats is Joe Manchin from West Virginia, he will keep his job.
I don't think he was from West Virginia.
But if Joe Manchin voted to impeach, then he will lose his job because the West Virginia people will vote him out because they are 100%. I mean, don't forget, West Virginia during the Obama election or whatever, back in 8 years ago or whatever, West Virginia actually voted for a inmate that was in prison over Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama.
Wow. Do you blame him?
An inmate that lived in a Texas prison won the primary in West Virginia.
Well, they have ass backwards in West Virginia. No offense to anybody who lives in West Virginia.
Well, I mean,
by the way, Mike, this is from Shalisa. She said she didn't even get a link.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, really? Let me see. I'm going to copy. Let me see if I can. Can I take a picture of something that's on here or no?
You can.
This isn't like your phone. You can't screenshot your fucking phone, right? I mean, your computer. Can you screenshot your computer?
Yeah, if you hit.
And then it's going to boot you out.
Yeah, I forget the shortcut.
I'll be right back. I'll just go send her the link I got.
I already got it.
Oh,
I'm already doing it. Because I have to go. I have to see if
23.
Because when it's there twice, she's gonna apologize to me.
I wanna. And by the way, when you send the link, they all look like the one you sent last week.
Yeah, they sure do.
I got the same numbers, everything.
Shit. Good thing I didn't bet that $1,000.
Whoops.
You know what happened? I never hit send.
Yep, I do the same thing. Be right back.
Sorry, I can't believe I never hit send. Whoops. So Here's the thing. Jerry said he's from West Virginia, and they all hate Joe.
They all what?
Jerry's woodshop is from West Virginia. He says we all hate Joe.
Yeah, but they say that they hate him, but he keeps winning.
Your
He
last
keeps
link was on
winning.
November 22nd. Knock it up.
You would think that they would vote Republican down there since they're so pro-Trump, but they always vote old Joe Manchin in. He's been there forever.
Well, it's like up here in Massachusetts. Good evening, beautiful. So it's a good thing I didn't bet you $1,000. That would have sucked on you a cashier's check for $1,000, and I would have paid my debt. I would have paid my debt too, because I'm not like that. I'm not gonna say, hey, I bet you, and then not pay on. That's a mooch. I'm not a mooch on a bet. Sorry. I didn't hit send, so I'm half right. So I would have to send you 500, right? Ha ha ha! Oh, now she's not talking. What's she waiting for Stevie to come back?
No,
What?
no, I was cooking dinner with my son and I was
Yeah.
like, oh crap, it's 9:45. I'm going to miss the live stream. I checked the subscriptions. There's no live stream. So I watch Am I
Oh,
Woods
I didn't-
video for 10 minutes, and check again. And so I wrote you off and started flirting with Uncle Kyle. And then all of a sudden this doink notification pops up that you're live. I'm like, what the hell?
Speaking of Uncle Kyle, how are you, buddy? Here's what happened. I didn't even start it. I didn't come down here until after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I wrote you off at 10.
So, and then like I said, I went to the messages and then pressed paste, but then I must not have hit send, and then I went to the next person thinking I hit send.
I do that with texts all the time.
So I apologize.
You just like giving me shit, and I like it back too.
Right. So here's my thing. I know I'll never understand this as long as I live. Now Ohio just said because they're pro-Trump down there in West Virginia, which hey, I'm an Axis. And Axis. How are you? Good to see you. Here's what I don't understand. Okay. Ohio, they're like that down there, right? Yet I live in one of the most liberal states you can live in, right? And our governor's Republican.
Yeah, a lot doesn't mean. Well, I'll tell you why most of West Virginia votes Democrat, even though they're very religious and they're not liberal at all. They're very conservative, and they're conservative, religious, the Bible Belt, all that stuff. But to be honest with you, and this is probably going to piss a lot of people off, but over probably 80% of the people that live in West Virginia are on government welfare and all that shit. And so they like them Dems because them Dems give them their free shit.
Well,
it's sad, but that's what it is.
You know what I think it is more? You know why I think
they vote Democrat because they like their free shit.
Well, you know why I think we have a lot. You know why I think that I'm in a liberal state with a Republican governor, because I think the liberal state I live in
is
financially
conservative.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't want to pay for everybody else's benefits.
Right.
They're liberals that have a good mind on financial stability and how finance works.
And you can be a liberal and be conservatively economically conservative.
Absolutely.
Fucking Bill Clinton was the fucking best one of all to do that. I've said this 8 million times. If it wasn't for his quote unquote assault weapons ban and his him and Older Bush doing fucking NAFTA, because I totally disagree with NAFTA and when it happened, and I still do. Other than those two things, I'm telling you right now, I'm one of those types of people. Like earlier, we were hustling around with Shalisa before she came on, like about the swingers. I don't care 2 shits less if he got a blowjob knocked her over the fucking
No, I don't-
Kennedy's desk. That shit
could
does
care
not
less.
bother me. I don't care.
I could care less
if
what happened in the
Sarah
White House.
Palin was the
happened under
president.
that desk.
Right. If Sarah Palin's president and somebody walked in and took her over the fucking table, I don't give a shit. It's none of my business. I don't care. You know what? They're human beings just like us. They want to
Right,
get
but
laid.
he didn't get
just
he
like
didn't
us.
get impeached because he had sex.
No, I
with
know
an
that.
intern.
I know that. But I'm just saying.
But
But
a lot of people don't. A lot of people
But-
think that's why he got impeached, but that's not the truth.
But
Truth is,
Lied to Congress.
he got impeached
Right.
because he lied under oath.
But other than the weapons ban in the NAFTA, I had zero fucking problem with him. Zero. He left office. We had a fucking surplus. The fucking economy was good.
You got these idiots now on this
You know?
Democratic Party that's talking about how
now you
climate is the
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yep.
most
You're gonna say
climate is
Go
the
ahead.
most serious thing that they need to talk about right now. Climate.
Right.
You know,
I told you we're gonna say it.
what a farce, man! What a farce.
But
Uh,
that's your-
Is there climate change? Yeah, it's been changing for fucking billions of years.
horrible. It's horrible. So, and this is the thing. The guy's he's riding a presidential election on climate change.
That Tom Steyer is the one guy. Yeah,
The fucking billionaire.
billionaire.
Good luck. That's all I'm gonna say is good luck with that. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, the sad thing is we do need to cut back on our pollution and water pollution and air.
Oh, absolutely.
But they're using the wrong avenue to do it. Just
Well,
straight
here's the
say it. Don't blame
Here's the thing: until you make fucking China and Russia and Brazil and Argentina and Japan
Well, it's
follow the same rules,
but hang on. Are we allowed to do that?
the United States, we don't do
That's the UN. That's the UN that has to do that, buddy.
Yeah.
right. But I'm just
The
saying,
United States themselves has to worry about the United States themselves. The UN will take care of China, Japan, Africa, fucking Taiwan, all them other people. All right. That's not
The United States
right. But
one of the
but
clean.
until they do something about China, no matter what we do, is not going to be nearly as bad as what China is.
Right.
I mean, we could stop all of our regulations that we currently have, stop them all, and we could burn tires in the fucking street and coal and just all the fucking unethical shit we could possibly think of, and it still would not even compare to what China's doing to the atmosphere and the climate.
In the water.
So, yeah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's just
and speaking of Stevie, every time you say water, it drives me absolutely shithouse. So, and here's what bothers me the most. So, Stevie, you guys have how many electoral votes in your fucking state?
Oh, you got me guessing.
Anywho, you take a fucking state of Michigan, okay? And are you sitting here?
Armament Next just sent me a picture of him standing in the snow in flip flops and said, "Climate changed my ass."
Are you sitting here telling me that the agenda in that state is the top thing, the top item in that fucking state should be fixing the fucking water in the city of Flint or the town of Flint, however the fuck you guys say it.
It's amazing. Trump.
Okay, so here's the thing. They're worried about guns. They're worried about this. They're worried about that. They're worried about, you know what they should worry about first and foremost in the state of Michigan? Getting that fucking water all squared away.
Yeah. Trump brought that up in his speech in Battle Creek.
Are you fucking
And,
kidding?
He pointed some fingers, but he also said that the U.S. government just sent Flint a shit ton of money, or not Flint, the state, to fix the problem. And he says fix the fucking potholes.
Because we had Boston Harbor was a fucking disaster, right? But it wasn't our fucking drinking water.
Right.
It's the fucking ocean, all right? And and they cleaned it up. All right. It took years and years and years, but they cleaned it up.
Well, the whole thing with the Flint water was they didn't want to pay Detroit for getting water pumped up there.
Oh,
A couple
too
of
bad.
a gallon.
Oh my God, it makes my stomach curl every time I think about it.
Yeah, they
I'm like,
had clean water. They purposely unhooked it and hooked it to the bad water.
Poor kids are going to have problems for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. I wouldn't drink water anywhere near the state of fucking Michigan.
I just found out today that my water is okay. Our water in our whole area, thank goodness. I was down at the Department of Engineers. Anyways, yeah, we were worried that because of the pipes and everything and the age of my neighborhood, but thank God we don't pump our water in from a river.
Right.
Well, what happened with Flint is they pumped acidy water, high acid water, nothing bad. It was natural acidy water from a river, did not treat it. They had the option to treat it, and they had how much it would cost to treat it. They opted not to treat it. And what it did is when it went through the lead pipes, it dissolved the coating that was protecting them from the lead, and then the lead started coming through. It's not the water, it's the acid in the water that dissolved that coating.
HRM Weapons, welcome, my friend. Good to see you.
Hey, Charlie.
He's HRM.
Yeah, we know they tried to blame that Republican governor for the longest time about that, but the city officials are the ones that made all those decisions, and they were all Democrats for the past 50 years.
Yeah, and they should all be put in prison.
HRM says China's a decade more advanced in manufacturing efficiency than we are. They could just decimate any force that attacked them.
Just some people power alone.
You know,
But they're also the biggest pollutants.
They should have taken care of China years ago and put them in their fucking place. That's just my opinion. Now it's too late.
I have a feeling if anything happened with China, a lot of their own would turn on them. They're already, you look at Hong Kong and shit.
Starting Hong Kong and Beijing, right?
Yeah, once they get a little bit of freedom or democracy, that I don't think we ever had to really worry about China as a. Only thing we got to worry about China is cheap goods and manufacturing and stuff. We
The only thing we got to worry about
them.
China is them buying the United States. They own Silicon Valley.
Yeah, well,
pretty much.
I think Japan owns most of the United States already.
I saw a documentary about how the Chinese are buying up all the houses around that area of Silicon Valley and stuff. And people can no longer raise their kids in the cities that they grew up in because all of these houses are being bought and they're not being rented. They're not being used. They're just sitting there dilapidating, and it's like they're holding on to this piece of land for future use for whatever.
Right.
Oh, it's called killing them off.
So you can't buy a house in your own neighborhood because it's like $1 million.
It's called crippling you. It's called making you homeless. All right. I'm telling you, China, they should have dealt with China years, or they should have fucking just blew them up years ago.
Big numbers too, man. It's a lot of people. Scary. Just scary.
Big dog of the leather kind. What's up, kid?
Yeah, he sorry about not picking up the phone, big dog. I was just getting home from work and I had to eat.
I don't know. When you do that, when you buy houses and you just leave them so nobody else can buy them, what's that tell you what they want to do? It's not like they're going to build a fucking mall. Okay. They want to hurt you. They want to cripple you.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I say years and years and years ago, the U.S. should have just fucking swallowed the fucking thing and just went right at him. Got every ally they could and just fucking went right at him. You know.
Well, Mikey, I'm gonna call it a night, bro. I'm tired as hell. I've been up early.
Whoopsie.
You're a puss.
Hell, I'm going out hunting in the morning. I'm still hanging in there.
I'm hunting
Yeah,
tomorrow too.
Dude, I was driving here, man. I was so tired driving here.
I'd show you my muzzle loader, but
Nope, don't do that.
and by the way, Vanessa come up with a good antidote for that. She said you can build a robot to show off your weapons on live stream. So
There you go.
Right, yeah.
More than
Yeah,
that.
technically you're not handling it.
Yeah, I robot. As soon as it's done sweeping your floor, I can pick up your fucking gun for you too.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You all have a good night and good luck
See
tomorrow. Out there hunting Bambi.
I'm gonna try.
I'm looking for Bambi with horns.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night. Guns go. Where are you gonna go hunting? Guns go. You going hunting in a?
Oh, she's probably got a special camouflage bikini.
Rambo bikini.
Two pieces of camouflage tape and
I can't. Yeah.
Can you function a live stream when you talk like that, Steve?
No, I just can't comment.
shit, I might go over to her yard and go hunting. She said there was a 10-pointer in her yard.
So kill the fucking thing. What are you waiting on?
The law.
Not you, her.
Trail of corn into the garage. Get you out a Bowie knife and
Guns girl. You have a fucking bow?
Oh, very good point there, Armament and Axis.
ATF doesn't classify a muzzle as a firearm. No, it does not. But a primitive weapon. So what would YouTube think of that, seeing that they think 2A only applies to muskets?
too pretty. I think I heard her say that the last time.
What'd you say?
She's too pretty to go to jail. Well, the ladies will be fighting over her.
Yeah, I'm still not gonna put a muzzleloader on here.
So you can't show guns on your live streams anymore? Is that what you're trying to say? What did I miss?
Yeah, you can't. No guns, no
No
handguns.
handling, according to YouTube.
So
Really?
if I bought a gun today, I couldn't show it to you.
So you could get flagged and they could look and say, bye-bye.
Right.
Oh, thanks for the heads up. Because I got mine just in time.
Right.
Yeah, Stevie just told us before we went on air, but it's weird that they. It's weird.
Can you show a ammo key?
Ooh, look at you. Harbor Freight.
No.
They're like $9 at Harbor Freight right now.
Do me a favor, empty that. Hurry up and empty that friggin' can so I can make a stove out of it, will you?
Yeah. SKS Hugo sent it to me. I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, sweet.
It's freaking heavy.
Mike, check the internal.
We have an internal. Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah. I do see something over there.
No shit, right?
Dude, that would be so funny. Okay, Second Amendment this.
Dude, mine does fucking. Without just using 100 grains, I can go 300 yards with no problem. Depending upon,
Right.
if I use the right grain bullet, but 100 grains of pellet, I can shoot at a target 300 yards out with a muzzle loader. Now, I don't know what it would be for, what do they call it, power? Like I'm not going to shoot a deer that far, but I can hit a target that far.
Get a heavy enough bullet and lob it in there, it'd work.
That's what I'm saying. I would probably, let me see, I'm using what, 270s now?
Well, when I shot that doe with my muzzle loader, my old one, I was using 90 grains of powder.
Yep.
And a 50 caliber round ball, not a big heavy bullet, a little light round ball.
Yep.
It knocked that doe on her butt.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean literally.
The energy is still there. I mean, like when I shot my buck with the fucking 12 gauge, and I only hit him from 25 yards away.
Right.
Well, maybe a little bit better, but
yeah, so I'm gonna have to build a gun rack to stand up behind me, I guess.
there's a new niche market for some shit HRM, right?
Hey, what if you remember the video I made with when Ebomi gave me the gun and with Steve at his house? I had my AR up on the wall instead of the pine knot.
Yeah.
I took that pine knot and put the AR there just for shits and giggles. Can I put it up there still?
Yes. As long as you're not holding it in your chair as you're on a chat.
Nice. So you can get somewhat creative and bend the rules a bit.
Oh, you
Yeah.
just put a squirrel in the freezer the other day.
That's awesome.
Nice.
A squirrel in the freezer.
Yeah, not alive.
So I'm sorry, she meant the skin, right?
Huh?
Well-
She killed a squirrel in her backyard, skinned it, gutted it, and put it in her freezer.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Guns Girl. Nothing personal. Why didn't you eat it up right there? Because it's so small.
Oh, good point. She's probably saving it for a soup.
Maybe you misunderstood her. Maybe she
it's-
saved the fur.
She's probably saving it for soup, I'm assuming.
Ooh, fried squirrel and biscuit and gravy.
Yummy.
And that too.
I'd eat that.
Squirrels have such an awesome flavor.
I want to have side by side squirrel and rabbit and compare.
Right.
I've always wanted to do that.
That sounds like a fun weekend.
And that would be an interesting
It
video.
all depends what kind of rabbit you're eating. If you're going to eat a rabbit that somebody raises.
Yeah, not a rabbit with the big ears. But
No. If you're eating a rabbit that somebody raises from, because they have like how people have meat chickens, they have meat rabbits the same way. But if you have a rabbit that somebody raises versus a rabbit in the wild,
that wouldn't be a natural comparison.
Right. There'd be a difference.
Damn, I can't get that right. I screwed up my cam. I'm Miss Perfectionist.
Right on, Gia Gryden.
Stay.
There's they are very good eating. I haven't had poached egg in forever in a week. HRM.
Yeah, me either. I used to love that. I used to flop them right on toast, chop them all up.
My grandpa was the best at poaching an egg.
With this new YouTube guideline, there's opportunities and you should jump on it with
Opportunities.
gun displays and what is
HRM is inventing stuff already.
Yeah, this is an opportunity you need to jump on and be the first. Start getting your stuff all set up behind you.
Good timing.
I just think they're getting a little bit fucking dumb with it all, you know?
I don't think it's YouTube. I think it's other people pressuring them and the ad revenue crap, like what happened with the.
I think you're right. I think it's the money. Speaking of chili ramen, where's Dish? I don't know, bro. It's great to see you, though. I haven't seen Dish in a million years. I wish she'd come on here.
Hope she's doing all right.
How you been, Jay Watt? Stevie, I'm trying to think. Most of them now, Stevie, most of the muzzleloaders today, you should be able to get out that far only due to the fact because most of them are all rifle barrels to begin with.
Right.
You know, I know not all, but there's a shit ton of rifle barrels.
Yeah, you could build a rig. I just seen a guy the other day. He had a muzzle loading rifle, hand built, custom built, that shot a 30 caliber rifle bullet at over 3,000 feet per second. That thing was a monster.
Wow.
And he wouldn't tell you what kind of powder he used in it because he didn't want nobody to blow themselves up. I mean, the barrel on that thing was probably bigger than a golf ball. It was huge.
It had to be.
But he showed another video. He was shooting deer out there. I think he said close to 300 yards. And when that bullet hit that deer, it was like somebody just turned off a light switch. It was so powerful.
Really?
Yep. He's got the local red. There's actually a competition with these high-powered muzzle loaders to see who can shoot the fastest and hardest bullet. It's kind of interesting.
And they're only using 100 grain?
No, I don't know what the grain was. I think it was like 150 grain 30 caliber bullet, like a 308 bullet.
Right.
But that thing was flying.
Because my muzzleloader, I'm only supposed to use 100 grain. I'm not really supposed to go above that. It says not recommended. They told me smoking wasn't recommended when I was younger too, but I've been all right, Jay Watt. I've been all right. Thank you. Maybe tomorrow, Stevie, if I don't shoot anything. No, I can't. At the end of the season, I'll get my I'll let the shot that's in my gun now out.
I like that.
I'll reload with 150, and then I'll rip one into something, probably a tree or something. But I want to, but far away. You know what I mean? I need to check the card out on the trail cam to check the buck out better. My brother sent me a pic of his 16 point that shows up at his house.
Wow.
What is wrong with you people?
He must live in Bloomfield Hills.
Get a fucking crossbow. Can you hunt with crossbow in Michigan?
Yep.
There you go. They're quiet. Nobody hears nothing. How close is your neighbor?
Across the fence.
Her neighbor?
Yep.
Really? So she has no room whatsoever?
Be pretty iffy. Right on, Armament.
That would piss me off. That would piss me off. It really would. Oh, G Trapper made it. What's up, brother? How's the oats going? Same. What's that? SS. What?
Stucker Steve, SS.
Stalker Steve.
As long as they're not written like lightning bolts.
Going to head out tomorrow too. Good. Yeah, me too. I'm going hunting tomorrow. Stevie's going hunting. Except we're deer hunting and you're coyote hunting.
Oh, I'll be coyote hunting if one walks by.
Oh, absolutely.
Just saying.
Absolutely.
Man, it's been
Best
a while
part
since
is
I killed a coyote.
Best part is this year I can shoot a female in Massachusetts now.
Female deer?
Yeah.
I was going to say, were you supposed to stop and look at between the legs of a coyote as they're running by?
You know, coyote in Mass and New Hampshire. I mean, I don't know if Mass is the same law, but in New Hampshire and Maine, coyotes are the only animals that you can, you know, they have that waste not fucking whatever fucking law.
Right.
Coyote's the only one you can do that. No, I didn't get one.
I seen a couple of guys the other day kill, clean, and eat a coyote.
I don't know if I could do that.
The
I saw Canterbury do it on his channel when I used to watch Dave Canterbury's channel all the time. He ate the backstrap.
Yeah, the first time they ate it, I can't remember. I think they ate a hind leg or something, and they said it tasted like wet dog.
Well, yeah.
The second time, they were real careful and just ate the back straps and stayed away from the glands that are in the legs, and they said it was spectacular. So
that's what he ate. Canterbury just ate the backstrap. I mean, I suppose if you are absolutely starving to death.
Well, they say you can eat any animal.
Yeah, but
Fish. Oh, that ain't an animal.
A lot of them guys up in Canada said lynx meat is their favorite meat.
Well, it tastes like pussy.
I never thought of that. I'll ask them next time I see them.
Why eat it when you can lick on it all day? You know?
Nice big old chunk of frozen lynx meat.
See, I couldn't shoot. I probably if I'm not a trapper yet. I can't do that till I retire to Maine. But I don't think I could hunt a lynx. I could trap a lynx, but I don't think it's like here in Massachusetts. I can hunt, not trap. I can hunt a bobcat.
Bobcats are beautiful.
I know, but you know what? I'm not an exotic guy.
Right.
Exotic as in you want me to go down to Africa and shoot a water buffalo? Absolutely, because I'm going to eat it because it's going to taste like steak. Okay, so yeah, I'll shoot a water buffalo. I'm not shooting a lion. I'm not shooting a fucking giraffe. I'm not shooting a fucking elephant. You know what I mean? It's just that I'm not one of those exotic type of. I'm not shooting a polar bear.
Yeah, I've always felt that way with bear hunting, but I'm starting to lean the other way.
Black bear, yeah. I probably wouldn't shoot a grizzly bear either. But black bear, yeah, I'd black bear hunt in half a second. You know what I'm saying? Though I just, I don't know.
No, I know exactly what you're saying.
But I'm just not a, and I don't know. I'm not saying that people shouldn't do it. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying any of that stuff. I just, for me, it's just not me, you know.
Right. I would love to get a bobcat at least once in my life.
I'd love to trap
one, but it was down south, and it was kind of run of the mill, you know.
If I trap a bobcat, it's going right. The whole thing is going to the taxidermy. I'm gonna have to have somebody fucking skin it for me, and
right.
And then I want a full size fucking, what do you call it?
Body mount.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
Then I have to chase a squirrel or something, kill a squirrel, and have it fucking, you know, maybe have the taxidermist have one paw up, so like he's gonna go swipe at a fucking squirrel.
Oh, you know, it'd be cool. Get a tree stump, mount the squirrel on a stump, and have the bobcat in midair jumping at it.
Right.
That'd be awesome.
This guy I used to know, he had a bear mount, a full bear mount, and he had it up on its hind legs. And for whatever reason, he had his paws out like this. So we go over the house to party or whatever. We always put fucking Budweisers in its fucking hand. Yeah, you're right, G-Trap. There are some things they're not supposed to eat. Fucking dog was one of them.
Skunk.
Yeah, I'm not up to skunk.
Possum. I know a lot of people eat them and love them, but oh Lord, they're so prehistoric and funky smelling.
They also say that every person I've ever talked to that ate one got sick.
Really?
Turtles.
Oh, really?
Every person I've ever talked to that ate one got sick.
Oh, they didn't handle the meat right.
Don't tell Mike's wife that he trapped a cougar and spent all night skinning it.
What'd you use for bait, Budweiser?
Right. But it's, I don't know. Maybe that's because I was always told, unless you're, because my grandfather always separated trapping from hunting.
Yeah.
And he would always say, you know, you better fucking eat whatever you kill.
Right.
You know, and he would always say, you know, except if you trap them, blah 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 blah.
I don't know. I've skinned a lot of critters, and I thought about eating some of them. I have eaten a few just to try them out. But something about an animal hanging by its hind legs with no skin on it, it just kind of kills the appetite. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think it's the eyeballs.
Yeah, I'm not doing an eyeball. And what's interesting is that I remember when I was a young kid, my grandfather, where the hell did we go? We went to one of our relatives or wherever, and they were talking, and they said that they had a cow, and it was time for the cow to go.
Right.
So they went and they got a baby cow, and then they offed the old cow. And my aunt was she's my great aunt, but she was like, "Well, what would you do with a cow?" Da, da, da. And they said, "Well, they butchered it." They skinned it and just took it right to the butcher. Here, take care of this for me. That's a lot of meat, one cow. You know what I mean? That's a ton of meat.
And I found out the secret to eating turtle is right after you kill it, drop it in a big pan of boiling water, and it kills all that bacteria that it carries on its skin and stuff.
Really?
That's why while you're skinning it, you're not contaminating the meat.
I'm in Axis. I have a raccoon that's big as a basketball. Been raiding our trash. I had him at gunpoint as he walked up with a foot of me. Not scared. He didn't threaten me, so I didn't shoot him. If you have a raccoon that big in your backyard and he's tearing apart your trash, I don't give a fuck whether he threatened you or not. Put a pellet right in his head.
I like his nickname, Trash Pandas. And they will tear you up when they get in the mood.
Oh my God, they'll tear your ass.
Careful.
They will tear you a new house like there's nobody's business.
Well, those red pandas look just like raccoons, so you might as well call them trash pandas.
My mother had a fucking resident raccoon up north at the cottage. This thing was fucking scratching at the door to come in like it was a fucking cat or a dog. This thing was so big. I mean, so big, it wouldn't fit in a fucking harbor hat trap.
Wow.
You know the traps? You know the dog cages for small dogs? It's about as big as a desk, right?
Yeah.
What the hell's his name? I'm trying to think of his name, and I can't.
Hey, SKS.
They made ASKS. What's up? They made a trap out of one of those.
Hey, SKS.
The only other raccoon I ever seen that was that big was the raccoon that got halfway in the fucking hard trap and couldn't get out. So fucking fat.
That would be funny.
You know, he got half in, couldn't get out. And I'm like, are you shit? All I hear is bang to the bang to the bang to the bang. He's knocking the trap everywhere, you know. And he couldn't get out. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to play tug of war with a raccoon. Not what I had in mind.
Pull him out, turn around and gnaw your arm off.
Well, I remember putting, remember the old, what do you call it, coats? I used to call them Pete coats, but like the old Navy coats.
Yeah.
Heavy wool.
Yep.
I put one of those on and a pair of, what do you call gloves? I didn't have leather gloves. So I wore, what do you call it, the washing gloves that are up to your elbow?
Playtex.
Yeah, you know, like when the women wash the dishes, they don't want to get their hands all, you know. So they use the gloves and it goes up to like your elbow.
Yeah.
And then that way there, if you come at me that way there, I can at least I have some protection.
That or he thought you was a girl and he'd leave you alone.
Here you go. I got pink ones.
There you go. Yeah, they are mean, guns, girl. It's just amazing. They don't give a fuck about nothing. I thought cats were bad. Holy shit. I have no intent in ever cornering one again. You know. They're pretty big. They can get big anyways. Especially if they're eating good out of your trash cans. You know.
Shoot, I had one in our trash cans. The mother would hang upside down from a lilac tree or bush and lift the lid with her hands all the way up and then drop in. And all the babies were sitting around the other can watching her, learning how to do it. It's like, what the hell's going on here?
Why
Amazing.
not?
Yeah, it's a food source.
It's just a bummer they carry so many diseases, and obviously, especially rabies. But
Well, I remember walking out there. It's still dark in the morning, going to work to put a trash bag in there and open the lid and having the coon.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 o'clock in the damn morning. Got to go back in the house and change your underwear.
I used to, Stevie, when I had the house, I used to kick the barrel first from behind. Like I'd walk up to the barrel from behind and I'd kick it.
Yeah, if your name's in there.
That old white Chevy I had, a raccoon left you know how nasty coon poo is. Left a big old nasty pile on the back on the trunk.
How nice.
Yeah. I don't know if it was up in the carport and it dropped and plopped, or if it just pooed right there, but that was gross. I know raccoon poo when I see it. And them things are nasty. Comes out just the way it goes in. They eat trash.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Right on, Armin. I did from that day forward. I wasn't even thinking, just kind of.
what's that? What's that, Stevie?
When I opened the lid and that coon came out, Armament says kick it first. And it's like I did after that day. Yeah, it scared me so bad I started cracking up.
Yeah, guns go ready to shoot myself too.
Have you ever been scared so bad that your big toe hurts on one side?
No.
I've been pretty scared a few times. I don't remember my toe hurting.
Oh, if I get scared hard enough, it goes right to my toe. I can't remember which side, but Jesus, every time.
No kidding.
Yeah, well, if I get scared enough, well, hopefully I don't, but sometimes if I get scared enough, I break out in like a fucking anxiety attack big time.
Right.
I hate those.
You know?
That's your prehistoric claws trying to come out to get away.
Yeah.
That's why your toe hurts. You start turning into the Hulk.
I can't shine my backyard anymore. My brother's 2 trailers are there. So go to your brother's trailer and shoot the deer from your brother's trailer.
He might keep his hose in there. Could be a utility trailer. You know, hose and rakes.
Right.
You're the only one with hurting toe syndrome.
Man, if I get scared hard enough, my big toe just like lightning.
Now that I can understand.
Well, yeah, because it's like your big toe. It's like the fucking boss of everything.
That's when I get real
What?
scared, I can like taste metal in my mouth. Almost like I got electrocuted.
Well, it's like electricity to me. It's, you know how
Yeah,
people get struck by lightning, you can see an exit spot in a shoe somewhere.
right.
It goes right to my toe and right up, and it hurts.
Sounds like an experiment someday.
Right.
So,
No, I don't like scaring people because I don't like getting scared like that.
it gets harder as you get older to handle being scared.
Yeah,
At least with me, I've been through so much.
get the shaky arms, make
Do that.
the funny faces and shit.
Oh, that was hilarious.
The arm doesn't stop moving for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Yeah. I do tend to swear a lot when I get scared. Good way to piss me off.
Right.
Man, when you did that, Steve, that was hilarious. Do that again.
One and done. That's how you get famous.
One and done.
I scared my dad so bad driving one time I made him say shit fuck. He's grabbing the dashboard, shit fuck. I'm like, what? You didn't think we were gonna make that light? Oh my god.
Yeah, it all depends. Prepping.
Hmm.
Some people said one's his work trailer, the other may have his hose in it. His camper trailer.
Oh,
Yeah, right on prepping. Can I make a public address announcement?
Of course you can.
Tomorrow in my chat, and
Yep.
in case anybody doesn't know, I have a video up with a giveaway at the end of it.
Nice.
So here's your last chance. It's on Facebook and YouTube.
There you go.
And I think I'm going to pick the winner tomorrow night. So
There you go, folks.
so you're putting it up tomorrow and you're picking the winner tomorrow?
no, the video is already up. It's been up for a whole week, just to let you know.
Really? Oh, that's right. I think I was at your house when you put it up.
Might be closer to a week and a half. So I'll be picking the winner tomorrow. Make a
Cool.
list and check it twice. And it's for my celebrating my 1,000th subscriber.
Congratulations again.
And that's awesome. And what do people have to do, Stevie, just for those who haven't? Well, first of all, before I ask that question, people go over and check out Stevie's video, and you'll know this, but do they need to, for
Well-
those that may not have the capabilities of doing the VR,
Yeah, no, none of that. None of that.
are they still invited to come to the, or did you do it for just strictly subscribers, or?
Well, according to YouTube, they have to be subscribers. Because you can't use a giveaway to gain subscribers. All you got to do is just like and share the video and write, I want in the
But
comments.
that makes no sense because
I know.
I can have a video and say, I'm doing a giveaway, but you have to be subscribed to me. And they can't do anything until you do the giveaway itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And when you do the giveaway, they're already subscribed.
Right.
I don't know. It's a stupid rule they come up with. I think they were trying to get the big channels doing the big promotions and
Right.
all that crap.
Yeah, but hit the little people all at the same time.
Right.
You know. So that sucks. Yeah, so that's cool.
Good point, repping.
Electrocution equals death. My two biggest fears: gas and fucking electricity, in that order.
I think, are you talking about the comparison where I said it was like being electrocuted? Or
Probably.
just a minor comparison? Major comparison.
I'll put it to you this way: I tried to change a ceiling fan one day in my house. It's 3 fucking wires.
Right.
First of all, whoever had the house before my girlfriend screwed up the fucking box, and none of it was the same. So in other words, if I killed the power to the kitchen, I was killing the power to the fucking attic.
Right.
Okay. I wasn't a happy camper. So my old man told me, I says, Dad, I did all that. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'll tell you what. When you get up there and you're on I was on whatever I was on, a 4-step ladder, 5-step, or whatever the hell it was. All right. I came off that fucking thing. It hurts. It hurts.
It surprises the living crap out of you. I know that.
I obviously didn't die. I didn't get burned. I didn't get, but I tell you what did happen. The hair on the back of my neck went. Well, I did have hair on my head that day, but I was what do you call it? Staticky.
Stick a light bulb in his mouth.
I'll tell you, no, but it did. It hurt like a son of a bitch. It really did. It was more like a pull than a. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think I don't know what the house was, 110 or whatever, but I don't know what it carried to that ceiling fan. You know what I'm saying? But they had a case in Tewksbury, a couple times over for me. Guy was putting in a rooftop condenser, air conditioner, whatever the hell you want to call it. Right off the roof, he was dead before he even hit the ground.
Well, that sucks.
Yep. The guy beside him saw it all. He had a screwdriver in his fucking hand. And he just, that was it. That was it. He took it all and then he got fucking, oh. Right on, Prep.
Yeah, we used to get each other when we were kids. Hey, hold this wire and see if it's getting spark.
Yeah, that's right on HRM. Yeah,
I think everybody got popped by that.
Yeah.
Boy, that's juicy.
Use a stick. Right? Remember having to use a stick?
Right on, Shalisa.
I remember those days.
What, when your 16-hour bra gave up?
No. Fuck, you look at the end of a battery and see if it's still got life in it.
Hey, Got Milk is here down below there, Mike. You might want to go check.
Who?
Got Milk.
I already see Preppin is the last one that wrote anything.
No, look in the back of the truck.
Oh. We keep saying got milk. I'm like, got milk. Just tell me Johnny's shit. So I'm on, all I see is somebody that's fucking.
Well, last time I thought he might have been a troll.
Got milk. I'm like, got milk. Yeah. Current Kills knows a guy. P2E knows a guy that got killed working a 24-volt control kit. Control. Wow. Yeah, no, that I'm telling you.
DC?
I'm telling you, you can the two biggest things in my life that I do not fuck with is gas and electricity in that order. I have such a healthy fear of both of them. You know, my old man was putting, yeah, well, my old man and I we're hooking up this thing. We're hooking up the what do you call it? And it's all 1-inch gas pipe. And he's okay. Now go back, dope all the fucking connection, but do what you're supposed to do. I said, okay, because we dry ran it, you know what I'm saying? Just to make sure. And I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And thank God it was on his side. We had a leak. He couldn't find it. So the old man sent me out to the van, get some Dawn's dishwasher detergent.
Yep.
Gets a bottle of water, puts it in a cup, stirs it around. He said, all right, go over and hit the main for the gas. I go over and hit the main. And he starts. The fucking thing was shooting bubbles like there was nobody's business. He goes, there's a leak. but I would never. I couldn't do it. I can't. I don't know. That ceiling fan really bothered me. You would have thought that the electric fence I pissed on up north would bother me more, but talk about fucking pain.
No, the peeing on electric fence, thanking all the kids that I know that's done that.
Yeah.
On purpose or
Or try to
No.
spit on one and the spit hangs on your lip and right in the mouth.
Zap you good.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's not enough to kill you, but damn.
Oh,
on your hands.
you will definitely know. Without
Yeah.
I would always try to put grass on the wire so the horse would come up to me and I wouldn't know. And I'd bump.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah. Yeah, it'll bite you.
Well, if that kid, I wish I could remember the town. They had an old fuse box downstairs before, this is some many years ago, but they had a fuse box downstairs like everybody else did 100 years ago, right? And the kid went downstairs to change the fuse out,
Ah,
and he fucked up somehow or another. There's water on the floor, and he's getting fucking electrocuted. And his sister came down. He's yelling to his sister, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" He saved his sister's life. What's a little sister gonna do to help her brother? Right? She's gonna try to fucking grab him and pull him away from whatever's fucking hurting him. She would have died too.
yeah, the floors in the basements, we have a lot of it here in Maine, where you can go into some of the basements and they're just dirt floor.
Yeah.
And they'll get people are goofy. They won't have the right footwear on, and they'll go down there in the dark trying to find something, kneel down, so they got a nice ground, reach right up there and start trying to change it.
I had a dirt floor growing up in Mass, and then we then we put a regular basement floor in, but we never went down there. I never did anything when I used to call them Christopher Robin boots.
Yep.
Right? There were these wicked bad fucking rubber boots I had, and sometimes in the winter I would wear them if my snowmobile boots were fucking wet or whatever. The liners. Or the lines got worn, and whatever the case it may have been that I'm wearing them, but I'm wearing them, and I used to put those on to go down in the basement. If my grandfather would say, "Hey, come over here, I'll teach you how to change the fuse or what have you," and he'd always say to me, "Put them boots on,"
Yeah, you can still get zapped, but you won't get zapped like that.
Yeah.
Zapped off an old style telephone one time.
Yep.
I was playing with it, rewiring it and stuff, and somebody just happened to call, and the ringer juice zapped me, and I said, "Hello."
I just got one. I just ordered one and got one.
Cool.
Yep. One of the old 72 dials.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Get a long conversation, you get the old sweaty ear.
Well, the kids showed up to drop off the tree, and they're going, "What's that?" I'm like, "That's an old phone." Like, "Does it work?" So I called it, and it picks it up. I said, "Pick it up. You've never spoken on one before." So it sounds like a phone. I said, "Yeah, it's nice. You can lean it on your shoulder, kick back, and talk."
Yeah, finish doing the dishes.
Yep.
And I want to get one for the kitchen as well, with that nice long 30-foot cord.
Very cool.
I'm just tired of I have the battery operated ones, but when the power goes out, they don't work anymore. The old ones do work when the power goes out, and I'm tired of replacing these damn batteries. I just want the old style phone.
Yeah, Prepping's talking about it's not the volts you got to worry about, it's the amps.
That's right.
He says down to a half an amp in the right circumstances to kill you.
Yep. Shut your heart right off.
Yeah, 70 to 90 volts for the ringer. Well, I remember getting popped. I was like, whoa, I didn't think they would do that.
Hey, getting popped is getting popped. I don't care if it's fucking what it is. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Now, what got you on this topic?
I don't know. We talk about things we didn't like, getting scared, and then electricity come up.
And I talked about my toe.
Your
Yes.
toe.
Yes.
So
Apparently, I'm the only person who gets, when I get scared, my big toe hurts. Someone said that's weird.
And you thought it was us. Just saying.
Oh,
Just saying.
straight to my toe.
Lisa, I want to let you know something. You said it to Stevie and I and everybody on the chat, and you know, people in the chat room. Okay. Stevie and I did not belly laugh like that gentleman right below me did. We were nicer.
Well, I would apologize, but that's a giggle.
I'm gonna go in my room and cry now.
no,
You scared the toe off.
it says you can just call it fear toe.
There you go.
That's too funny.
I have not heard. I must admit, I have not heard that yet. That is a first.
I guess it's better than shitting your pants.
Indeed. Yes.
Throw toe any day over that.
Anything's better than that. I mean, it happens, but anything's better than that.
As long as you got shoes on, I guess you're not showing any fear, right?
Right.
What in the world is wrong with you, dog?
Yeah, as long as you're not, you know, driving or.
Oh, she hears Mike.
It's got to have something to do with the heart and the vascular system or whatever.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, your whole nervous system,
Yeah,
it short circuits.
fear toe.
Hey, you could start a new syndrome and get paid by the government.
That's right.
No, I don't get paid by the government. I don't work for my
How am
money.
I gonna prove it though? They're gonna hook all kinds of shit up to my toe and come up and scare me. Rah!
If you say it enough time, it automatically becomes true. Look how the Democrats did to Trump. You just keep repeating yourself over and over.
The other one on Facebook I liked was President Trump and his wife was standing outside the White House, and there was a horse and buggy, but it was just the horse first, but it was the horse's ass that you saw first, right? So the horse is backwards, obviously. And it said, "Isn't it nice that the Trumps took a picture with Nancy Pelosi?"
Yeah.
Boy, I forget who put
need-
the video out today.
I need a
Oh.
refill. I'll be right back.
All
It
right.
was Tom Exposes Liberal BS put out a video of Nancy Pelosi trying to talk.
Oh boy.
Oh my heavens. That woman sounded absolutely hammered. She's just something else to listen to.
Right.
Trying to make a point, and you're in front of the entire country going,
Easy. She's an older lady. My stepmom gets that way, and man, my dad gets mad, and it makes her worse.
well, I mean, if you're going to stand in front of a nation, take a breath, write down what you're going to say. It doesn't even look like she has anything written down. She just starts pulling stuff out of the air, and before you know it, she doesn't know what she wants to say, and she sounds foolish.
If I knew her, I would have to peg her as a drinker.
Yeah.
She just sounds like
She sounds totally inebriated. Whether she is or not, I don't know. It could be Parkinson's for all I know. But in that situation, it's not a conversation you're having with a friend. You're in front of a nation, and you're in the middle of a big ordeal. You need to write something down so you can get the point across, because she just sounds intoxicated.
You have trouble telling the story when it's packed full of lies.
That's right.
And
But wow, I was blown away. Her trying to make a point, and she started slurring her words, and before you know it, it's like that's all. It's like she's changed the focus of what she's trying to say to just listen to me not be able to talk.
right. She's starting to sound like the lady from On Golden Pond. Oh, and you old poop.
You're like, what is she trying to say?
Hey, whatever happened to that elderly lady that got sick who was a Supreme Court judge? Whatever happened to her?
Oh yeah, what happened to her?
I never heard the final story.
I never heard. But what was her name?
Let's see if I can find it.
They came out with a movie. They made a made-for-TV movie about her.
That quick?
Yeah, it's already gone to video. Oh, what was it?
Right
Judge.
on prepping, I get the tin taste.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That's it.
Cellar Door 33. How you doing?
But yeah, there's a movie out, Ruth or whatever.
Yeah.
It was about her.
Yeah,
being an empowerment person.
The last word I heard about her, she's out of work for so many days. Either she needs to come back or resign, and then I never heard another word about her.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Well, I mean,
Ginseng.
there's different sets of rules depending on the party you're in.
Prepping. You can tell Mike's out of the room.
Tree shot. Dong.
We're good, Cellar Door. Nice to see you. And thanks for the name.
HRM says I was sitting on my ads in the ground, welding at over 100 amps, reversed polarity AC, and changed electrodes. The current was gluing my ads to the ground, but I got away to ass to the ground.
That will also make worms come up out of the earth, so I would check your bum for worms just in case.
Oh,
Oh. I remember we used to take the neon transformers, stick those in the ground and get them going.
Oh, that was huge for what? Make up Jacob's ladders and stuff?
Or you can put them in the ground and push the worms right up.
Yep.
Night crawlers will come right up.
Hello. How far up prepping? I want to find out.
yeah, because I'm reading everything. I don't get it. Oh, Guns Girl said, had to send a pic of the tree to someone besides prepping. So that's where the tree part is. So he's flirting with Guns Girl.
Yeah, it's because Mike's out of the room.
Hurry, flirt away before he comes back.
Dad left. Crack the beers.
Dad left. Don't have to worry about any timeouts, at least. Better see a doctor if you got worms. Some people don't know for a long time.
Don't want worms in your bum.
Oof.
Sorry about that.
I'll never forget the first time seeing something like that coming out of a cat or a dog.
Oh.
Do we really want to know what the hell you're just talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, God damn, that tastes good.
HRM Weapons Machinist said he is crawler free.
Crawlers up the bunghole.
Yeah, that could be devastating.
Yes, that could be.
I need TP for my bunghole.
Nothing worse.
Right?
Nothing worse than hunting and open up an animal that has worms.
Ugh.
And you're like, the rack's not even good enough to keep.
You ought to be eating part of an animal and then discover it has worms.
You know,
Talking about taking away your appetite.
first
that'll
thing
mess it up.
Oh,
first thing I did when I shot my deer, and the first thing, well, even when I was younger, up in New Hampshire, but first, the guys that been around, like up in Maine when they're getting deer, first fucking thing they do is hunt for that liver.
Yep. Check it for flukes.
First fucking thing. If it ain't fucking beautiful and red,
Yeah, they got one that was in town last week, and it was just infested with ticks. I hadn't seen the deer that messed up in a long time.
Aw.
It was bad.
That had to suck, man.
because it lives in town.
I guess I don't
Oh
know,
yeah, all the dogs and shit.
but I mean, this thing was it was bad. It was riddled. Just the hard packed patches all over it.
Poor thing.
You know, see, people don't get that there's ticks in the winter. You know,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they'll say, "Oh, they all die up." No, they don't.
They just look for a place to winter down.
No.
I'll be right back. I need a cigarette. Right there.
Gross.
What's that buzzing sound? Oh. So I was up in the wonderful world of Bangor yesterday.
Banga? I barely knows that.
I was up in Bangor. I stayed in Bangor last night. Did some deliveries today. And, I went down. I fell in love with this town, Oakland.
Oh, yeah.
And anyway, I go to this customer and I walk in, and usually I go around back, but her husband wasn't there, so I went out front and went to the front door. And
Mike, that did not sound good at all.
I go kind to the front door, and I do the thing, and she says, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Not too bad." And so we're talking, and at the corner of my eye, I look, and what is there sitting in the corner? A fucking Moxie machine, like set up as a Coke machine, you know? And then they got the Moxie bottles still full of Moxie from way, 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 way back.
I have one.
They have one from clear bottle, cork, to bottle says Moxie with a small label, to modern, and I'm like, and she's like, "You drink Moxie?" I goes, "Oh God, no." I said, that's like Scotch. She goes, "What do you mean it's like Scotch?" That's an acquired taste. She started pissing herself. She was laughing so hard, you know. And it was my dad drank it as a kid when I was a kid, and I used to say, "Can I have a sip?" And he would say, "You may not like it." And
You didn't.
I took one sip and I went, "You're right, Dad, I don't." And then I'd say to him, "Can I have a sip of your beer?" And he'd say, "You may not like it." And I took a sip and I said, "You're right, I don't." And then I was 15. I said, "Dad, can I sip of your beer?" And I drank half of it. You
And
know,
the rest is history.
and the rest is history.
Yeah, I got an 1890 bottle. And then I've showed you the sign before. I
Yes.
have one of the original signs.
Yep.
And mine's an 1890 cork top.
Oh, sweet.
It used to be used as medicine, Stevie.
Yep.
Yep.
Stomach elixir.
Yep.
Gentian root extract is what it is.
Yeah, so I was up there. It was 3 fucking degrees last night when I got to the hotel.
Yep. We've been in a little cold snap.
3 fucking degrees when I got to the hotel last night. I was like, but some guys are ice fishing.
Woo.
Yeah, those are the dedicated souls when you see
Yep.
them out there on that. It's
Yep.
like,
And I'm saying to myself, it's a good
Yeah.
fucking thing you're only 20 foot offshore. You know, because I'm going to tell you something. I don't care if you're 20 foot offshore or not. Because I've gone in, all right, and it is not a pleasant thing. And I don't mean I went in, you know, up to my knees and got my feet wet and I was cold and I cried for my mommy. I went in 8 foot of water. My foot hit the bottom of the, bottom of the lake. both my feet at the bottom of the lake at the same time. I bent my knee and I came out of that water faster than I came in that water. You know what I'm saying? I came out of that water like a fucking rocket, like a rocket.
And that's when the danger starts.
They pulled me out. And the stupidest thing I fucking did was, well, the camp's only 1.5 miles away, 2 miles away. And I'm like, yeah. Mind you, I'm standing there freezing my ass off. It's probably like 30 degrees out, right? 28, 30 degrees out. And well, we'll get you back to the camp. I jump on a fucking snowmobile. Wow.
Oh, Lord.
1.5 miles. 1.5 miles. That's all I did. You ready? I couldn't get off the sled.
Well, there you go, hypothermic.
Okay. Not only was I a little bit hypothermic, but the suit I was wearing was frozen. Okay. Solid, like frozen, like the Tin Man.
Been there, done that.
And so I get in the cabin and I go, okay, boys, unless you want to see somebody get naked, go away. And I just fucking.
See, the funny thing is, you know, the first thing you should have done?
Yeah, get out of those wet clothes.
It happened to me. And my 2 older brothers were with me. And it's a shocker when it all starts happening so fast. I went in. I was probably about chest height. I got pulled right back out. And my older brother, first thing he said was, take it all off and take it off now. Start rubbing yourself with the snow. It sounds crazy, I know. But it's to get the moisture
off of you.
That's right. And so I'm literally rubbing the snow on me and getting it all off. They got a fire going, and right away pulled up the tarp around it and get me right in there. We didn't move. They got the fire going that right then. One of them had me over there stripped down, rubbing down snow to get it off me because it was not a good temperature to be in.
Screaming the whole damn time.
Oh, God. I mean, the pain from being outside playing when you were a kid in the snow for hours is instant. It's instant.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
It was.
It
was.
Whoa.
Man, was it fucking. Whew.
Our only place to sled growing up as kids was a 1.5 blocks from Mom's, and there was a creek at the bottom of it. So if you wanted to go sledding, you had to go sledding down the hill, but you had to get off. And if you didn't, you ended up in the water and you had to make it. Only a 1.5 blocks to Mom's, but my sister always ended up at the drink.
The other thing I do now is that, like any other time I've ever gone ice fishing since then, I'll bring a backpack with me. Back in the day, I didn't have a backpack. I just had like one of those little fucking plastic fucking bags. All right. I had another pair of socks, another pair of long johns, pair of pants, t-shirt, couple of sweatshirts, and a hooded sweatshirt like the one I got on. And I always brought one with me. When I went ice fishing, hey Celador, what's up? When I went ice fishing with Ed and Sarge Farrier, I brought my stuff. I left it in the shanty, or the clam box. That's what it said on the bar. It was the clam. And
were you inside the clam?
And when I went to check traps, hey, if I went in, I went in, but I'm gonna have dry clothes when I come out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And because of that day, I won't do it. And now I know to get the hell out of my clothes, get dried off, get the moisture off of me, you know, get a fire going if I can. Oh, by the way, in that backpack, obviously I smoke. So there's an extra lighter in there, so I can start a forest fire if I fucking want to. And you know, if you ask the gentleman sitting below me here, especially up in the Maine and New Hampshire area, the pine trees are like fucking being in the city looking at fucking manhole covers. They're literally 2 feet from each other throughout the whole fucking forest in New Hampshire and Maine. and a lot of them are dead. And I mean, it's as the Fatwood Queen will tell you, it's nature's gasoline.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter. It goes up. So, so yeah, if it happens again, knock on wood, it doesn't. But if it happens again,
And remember, if that lighter don't light, put it under your armpit, even if you're freezing cold.
Yeah.
It'll still heat it up enough. Hey, John.
Hey, Mr. Woodson.
Johnny, how are you, kid?
How you doing?
Not bad. But you know, I'll tell you, it's not a. So the only thing I'm going to equate it to, right, is so there's this river up in part of the White Mountains. It's called the Swift River, and it's part of the it runs along part of the Kangamangas Highway. It's in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, and it starts in off the mountain. Okay, so it's a mountain stream. So as you guys know, mountain water is absolutely fucking frigid. Okay, in the hottest days of fucking July, all right, we'd go, even as a kid, 5-6 years old, we'd go up there, Lower Falls, Johnny,
yeah,
up on the Kank, and we'd go up there, and it'd be 100 degrees, okay, and I couldn't get past my thigh.
Right.
It's cold.
And my legs were as red as blood. And my mother would always grab me, and she'd get out of the water. I get out of the water, my legs would change back to the right color. I couldn't deal with it. That water is frigid in July. You know, so you can only imagine what it was in January when it was in the water. You know what I'm saying? It's not that it's cold so much, is that it physically hurt.
Yep.
Being in that cold water.
That's like Lake Superior in July.
There you go. Same
Oh
thing.
my God, that lake is cold.
Yeah, it is.
Whew. You got about 2 minutes before your lips turn blue.
Yep.
That water coming off that mountain's probably what, Johnny? 49 degrees? 48
Yeah,
degrees?
it's upper 40s. Yeah. It's like hanging out in the refrigerator.
I feel, you know, I hate having to always learn the hard way, but I learned the hard way, you know. Like I said, if it happens again, well,
They used to store apples in that river. They would dig down and they would put the barrels in there, and they store the apples in there.
really.
Yep.
Huh.
Johnny, how you been? All right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
How's the eyeball?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Pretty
Good to hear.
good.
Good to hear.
Gotta wait to the first before I can order my glasses. So
No, I mean, it didn't feel good at all. Trust me, not for me anyway.
They make
No.
you wait till the first? Is that because of insurance?
well, because my insurance don't cover the progressive bifocal, because I don't want that line. And it's like $130, so I got to pay that out of my pocket. So I got to wait till the first. Isn't that the shit? You'd think they'd let you at least come in and order them, and get them ready. So when the first came, you could run in and get them. But nope, you got to pay for them first.
Wow.
The doctor cleared me a week and a half, 2 weeks early for glasses, because I went in yesterday for my refract exam, and he said it's perfect. They put me on the machine, and he had me actually seeing 2015.
Nice.
But he's my script for 2020. So first time, and I don't know, probably at least 15 years or better since I've seen 2020. So that'll be nice. It'll probably make me want to puke the first time I put my new glasses on.
Well, yeah, especially if you look at fucking Stevie.
Hey,
Took me a while to get used to those bifocals.
You know, wait till you can see fucking Ohio Wolverine too. Then you're really gonna get fucking sick.
You know, that's weird. I didn't have any trouble with bifocals at all. And matter of fact,
I'm 20/20.
when they do my bifocals, I have them bring them up an extra eighth of an inch to a quarter inch. So when I'm at work, like working up on a door frame, I don't have to tilt my head back till my neck hurts. You know,
I wear them like I have to wear them down because
really?
I have 3 vision issues.
Yeah.
If I'm close, I need to see with no glasses on, and then if I'm driving, I'm like this, and then for bifocals like that, because I can't use bifocals close. That's why I don't
LASIK.
ever have them on.
LASIK
computer.
surgery.
What they did for me is I wore trifocals, the pair of glasses I got that are useless right now because none of the 3 visions work. I wore a progressive trifocal. Well, what they did is they cut my eye open, took my lens off my cornea, and put a replacement semi-corrective lens in. So now he fixed because I'm so nearsighted, he fixed my close-up vision. So I can damn near see my laptop clear without my glasses on right now, which before I couldn't even tell who you were. And then all I'm going to need is a bifocal, basically for reading, and then a regular vision for driving and everyday, whatever. So he got rid of my third, which would be my trifocal.
Cool.
You know, I lucked out because I have better than 20/20 vision. But I got to tell you something. I know, Mike. How can you have better than 20/20 vision if you got glasses? I wear the glasses because I can't read the
Text.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, you're farsighted.
Well, no, it's cheaters. They're not prescription. They're just cheaters.
Right, but then what I'm saying is you're farsighted because you see so good far away.
Well, I can see close up too. I mean, I can read the the Pepsi and all that. That doesn't.
Right.
It's the small.
The fine print, like a newspaper.
Yeah, I can't read a newspaper without glasses.
Right.
Wait till you start doing this one, Mikey. Well, you got that one on.
Yep.
And then you take these, so you can actually get all 3 going at one time.
And like you, Steve, I'm just the opposite. That line, I got a pair that's brand new. I never wore them. Had them for just over a year because I had the damn line in them.
Yeah.
And they're up too high. And I wanted to stumble all over everything.
Right.
But your case, it works perfect for your job.
Yeah.
Because
I look up all the time.
Right.
The no line, I can't deal with it because it's like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh God, I can't. I start to look down and everything's like, well, I need to have defined, stay above the line.
Really? Yeah. See, mine with my progressive, but like everything just blended in perfect. I don't know it was the type of lenses they used or what, but man, I loved them. I'm glad I don't need them now, just a bifocal. But
I also should confess it. Basically, all I need is readers. The only reason I got bifocals, my corrective lenses are very, very light. I can see leaves on trees and road signs and all that.
Yeah, me too.
Bifocals because I couldn't read. It was blurry to read, and at work at arm's length. But I'll lose my glasses. So I just had them make me bifocals so I'd have them on my face 24/7 and wouldn't lose them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that in between for me where, I'm that guy that's got to hold it way out here and then turn this way and I can't read. That's why you always see me doing this.
Yes, my father takes his glasses off to read the newspaper. Cracks me the fuck up.
I do. I'll be on the computer like this.
He's blind in one eye too, and he cracks me up.
Would have been if I would have had just a straight vision glasses. I would have had to take them off to read newspaper.
Yeah, that's my dad. He takes his glasses off. He sticks his face in the newspaper. I'm like,
yep.
Isn't that an oxymoron? He's like, what? I goes, you take your glasses off to read it?
It's weird, but that's true. I mean, when I had my trifocals, even before I had my surgery, I used to have to wear them down and look over my glasses to see stuff close up.
Yeah, it's weird.
Now that I got my eyes corrected, that nearsightedness, it don't work no more. It's fuzzy.
And
I
then
gotta
they'll have print like this. And
Uh-huh.
you take your glasses off to read the paper, and then you got to get a magnifying glass to read this.
Yep.
John, is that the LASIX?
No. LASIX is like a laser, I believe, laser surgery.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is where they actually put me out, put me out because I had to be able to be awake enough to stare at the light while he cut my eye.
That'd be a. Let me tell you something. I am such a. Two things. I am such a pussy when it comes to my eyes. Right. I mean, like even when my girls were babies, right, and they had their hands going all crazy, I grab them. I wouldn't let them put their hands near my eyeballs. This is how bad I am with my eyes. I can't stand. So when we were kids, everybody's getting high as a kite, and they're all like, "Hey, Mike, use some Visine and you won't get caught. You know, your eyes are all fucked up." I'd rather get caught than fucking don't even think about putting. You know, I can't put Visine in my eye. And one of the girls says, well, Mike, you want some help? And I'm like, you don't get it. I can't put anything in my eyes. And she tried to put, I went out of my mind. Like out of my mind. Like I wanted to beat her up. I can't. I got hydraulic fluid in my eyes, in my nose, and in my mouth. One of the hoses on my forklift let go at FedEx one night. And
Jeez,
they came over to try to, huh?
Geez, that sounds like a lawsuit.
I'll tell you what, hydraulic fluid doesn't taste good. And they came over to spray not what do they call it?
Saline
all over my face. And I go, cut it out. I went crazy then too. Get away from my eye. There's no way in hell I would ever be able to see somebody coming at my eyeball with a fucking.
That's the funny part.
Wouldn't work.
They give you an IV to help put you out, and then they put numbing drops in your eye. And when you're staring in that bright light, you can't see shit but a bright light, literally. And the worst side effect I got from it for about 4 days was my left temple was sore from where they gave me the shots in my eyeball.
Oof.
But I didn't feel it. After surgery, didn't feel nothing in my eye, no sore, nothing, just my temple.
Oh,
you don't like putting shit in your eyes.
Yep. Yeah, it won't
3
happen.
different drops. This drop 4 times a day for a month. This drop was 4 times a day for 10 days.
Blind.
This is 4 times for the first week, 3 times for the second, 2 for the third, and 1 a day for the 4th week. So a month of eye drops.
Call me Stevie Wonder, because
imagine this one, Mikey.
it ain't gonna fucking happen.
I'm down on the lathe, and the guy sent me a piece of a spalted wood, and he didn't do a good job when he was carrying it. And I had the cheap pair of safety glasses on, so there's no edging. Okay, I'm going. It hits. A piece hits, bounces into the lens, and then jams me in the eye.
Oh shit!
I gotta go to the eye doctor. He has to reach in while I'm conscious and pull this little splinter out of my eyeball.
Hey.
Oh God!
See, I could never wear a contact. No way. But nothing in my eye drops they bother me, but they make me flinch. But I'm used to it now. But the surgery, you don't even know what's going on. I had a little pressure. One time I gave him a little bit of a grunt. He's like, "You all right?" I said, "Yeah, there's just a lot of pressure that time. No pain, just like somebody took their thumb and pushed on your eyeball."
Right.
You know, but that was it. And it took 10 to 12 minutes. I was there 2.5 hours, and surgery was 10 to 12 minutes long.
When I was a kid, they put braces on my mouth, and they use the cement they use to put on the on your tooth. You know, put the wire through that little clasp thing there. You know.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, he dumps that shit in my eyeball. Okay. Not only did it burn, I come out of the chair swinging. It hurt so much, right? Mike, after that, I got to get it out of your eye. I says, don't fucking touch me. I'll do it. Don't fucking touch me. And it's an open dentist office, like, so you're not in a closed room. You know what I mean? It's all half wall shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Cubicles.
Yep. And I was going fucking bananas. And finally, he gave me this. It was a regular, which I can't. I got to be able to find another one, but this actually worked for me. It's in the shape of an eye.
Cup.
Right. It's an eye cup. Yeah. And then I took that and it just went like this, doink, and that kind of worked, dude. For 2 days, my eye was as red as blood, and I can't. Whoa. I don't know. I don't know what's worse: dealing with an eye, dealing with toothache, or dealing with a backache. I'm trying to figure out.
The tooth.
I'm trying to figure out which one's worse.
The dentist. They suck.
As long as dentists don't bother me, as long as we agree when I walk in, I'm going to get the shot. It's coming out. Don't tell me your hopes and dreams of fixing it or drilling it or any of that. I don't want to hear any of that.
Yep.
All right. This thing and I are no longer friends. It's coming out. That's it. They give you the shot. They literally will like lean over you and pull it out. I'm good. As long as we do that and we're done, I'm fine. But don't do the drilling and, I'm going to bore through your tooth into the numb nerve and nah.
And it shit anyhow.
When I had the last 5 teeth up top pulled, I got 3 left. Them were for my partially snap on. But when I had my last 5 pulled at one time up top, he had to give me shots 4 times, and it still didn't numb it all the way because of my diabetes medication. That was the most miserable fucking experience I had in my life, was getting all my teeth pulled.
Yep. Let me tell you something. They would have knocked me the fuck out and did it in the hospital.
I'd just soon kick their ass.
I have got, believe it or not, I got 11 teeth on the bottom. And when they come out, I'm going under. I've already seen one guy about it. I asked him if I can have an upper. He won't give me the upper. He says, because if I give you an upper, he said, I'll have a wicked overbite if he gives me the upper without doing both together.
Oh, yeah. They got a match.
So I said to him, I says, fine. I says, let me explain something to you clearly. Find me a hospital that accepts you people. I says, and I can put it under my medical. He says, well, I don't do that. I don't have what do you call it at the hospital? I says, well, then can you knock me out in your office? He says, well, no. I says, well, then you ain't fucking pulling the teeth out of my fucking mouth. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm not feeling it. Do you understand? I don't want to hear, oh, we have this, we have that. This works, that works. Let me tell you something. I want the pill that the guy gave me for the abscess I had. I mean, for the what do you call it? When you're smoking, you get the smoke down the hole.
Dry socket.
Dry socket.
Let me tell you
I
what.
said, first of all, I lived with a wisdom tooth crowning all the way through. All right. And the dentist was like, how the fuck why didn't you go to I says, I don't know. I says, but let me tell you something, Percocets didn't work. I says, I literally went through a half a bottle of Percocet. I said, I'm surprised my stomach is still where it is.
Percocet doesn't do nothing but constipate you. But go ahead.
And I said, let me tell you something. I says, it didn't take none of the pain away. And he says, when did the pain go away? I says, I don't know. Then I got a cut because I had a bridge. And I got a cut on my gum, and it formed. It wasn't an abscess; it was an infection. Well, an abscess is an infection, but you know what I'm saying. It wasn't inside; it was outside, and that was the absolute worst. The absolute worst. And so anyway, I told him, and he says, "Okay, listen." I goes, well, when I was a kid, they told me I can't smoke after they pull a tooth because, there's no drugs that will take that pain away. And the dentist said, he's lying. I goes, really? He says, yeah. He says, there's a pill to take that pain away. I says, really? He said, yeah. I said, nice. And he gave it to me. Let me tell you something. That fucking pill would have knocked out fucking 2 elephants. He said, he goes, eat what you can, He says, I know you just had a tooth pulled. I'm not stupid. He says, eat what you can. Very, very light with peanut butter and jelly. Something wicked soft. But eat it. Put it on the other side. Swallow it. Just get something in your belly. He says, then take the pill. He says, do not take that pill on an empty stomach. I said, okay. It's probably 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I don't know what the fuck time it was. It was early in the morning. And all of a sudden, I get out of the bed. And my wife was like, what's the matter? I said, I don't know. She's like, what's the matter? I said, I don't fucking know. I said, my fucking face is killing me. And she says, come here. Did you pop the, she thought that the clot might have came out or whatever. And I'm like, nope, that's all set. I says, the what do you call it's not bleeding. I go, it's just, I can't. I says, it hurts. So she says, well, go make yourself a couple of sandwiches and take a pill. He only gave me 3 pills. 3 pills. That's all he gave me. I took a half of one. I took a half a pill. I ate. I got it down. I got the pill down. I don't think I waited more than 4 minutes, 5 minutes for this fucking pill to kick in. Let me tell you. I looked at my wife and she went, oh, you're feeling better.
Flashback.
Oh my God. I was like, I'm looking at her and I got the shit. Apparently I got the shit because I don't know that I have it on my face, right? So apparently I got the shit.
Butter sandwich hanging out.
Apparently I got the shit-eating grin on my face. And my wife says, oh, somebody's feeling better. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she goes, you're not feeling the fucking thing, are you? I goes, I ain't feeling shit. But I'll tell you though, it was so bad. So bad.
Well, when I went, Mike, the second time before my last time I had them pulled, I had like 4 other teeth on the bottom pulled.
Oof.
Well, he pulled them, and the next day I went back. I had dry socket, and all the 4 or 5 other visits getting my other teeth pulled, I smoked when I left the freaking dentist's office. It never bothered me. Well, I got dry socket. I went back in the next day. I called him. He said, "Come on, right in." I went in the room. He packed it. Without no anesthesia, he packed that son of a bitch with gauze, and it hurt so bad. I went out in the waiting room when he was done with me to where Max was at, and I sat down on the love seat, and I said, "I don't feel so hot," and I fucking passed out from the pain. And I woke up there, all the nurses are putting wet rags on my face and my neck and shit. That's how bad it hurt.
Right.
Unfreaking believable.
Well,
Never been in so much pain. I ran my finger in the fucking table saw and it didn't hurt that bad.
nope.
Oh, it just reminded me of the time where I woke up before the surgery was over.
No.
They were all just pushing and pressing all over to stop the bleeding and
Oh, that's terrible, though.
No, dry socket has got to be the absolute.
It is.
Now I had a what do you call it one day, a regular infection, like a regular what do you call it, abscess thingy back here somewhere.
Be right back.
And I said to him, I told the guy, I goes, look, I can feel it. I said, it doesn't taste very good. And I said, when I spit, it's really not a good color. So the guy says, are you kidding me right now? I says, no, give me the Dixie cup. I'll show you. And I went, and he goes, whatever you do, don't swallow that. And so he says, how bad is the pain? I says, the pain is really bad. It's going up to my eyeball. He goes, yep, that's what I figured. He goes, so this is what we're going to do. He sends me off to CVS. He gives me 2 Percocets, a bottle of Percocet and a bottle of penicillin. He says, here's what I need you to do. I go, what? He goes, I don't think the pain you're feeling is the infection more than anything. He says, listen to me closely. He says, take 3 penicillins first.
Yep.
3 penicillin. He said, just take it. You're not allergic. I said, no, I'm not allergic to penicillin. He says, you won't. I says, dude, I used to take antihistamines when I was like 10. Trust me, my stomach, I ain't going to get upset. As long as it's not narcotics. So I took 3 penicillin, dude. Waited like 15 minutes. Then I took my Percocet. I don't really think that the Percocet did anything to begin with anyway. But boy, I'll tell you, it felt really good. And then I called them and I said, what do I do? I says, because the thing is, it's just gushing, you know. He's like, oh, he says, you can rinse, because he didn't pull a tooth or nothing, you know, because it was all abscessed, you know. But he was like, yeah, just keep hot water and da-da-da-da, and I did all that. And finally I just heard it just go, and I'm like, okay, here we go. It's out. But no, I'd rather have, no. I'm in an accident. I woke up during my knee surgery. And there was some tooth surgery also. Fuck that.
He says he didn't feel anything. Just remember waking up during both doctor's terms. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I would not like that.
If I woke up during a surgery, I would absolutely freak myself the fuck out.
Especially one of those knee surgery. I watched one of those on the Surgery Channel.
Never do that.
That is an alarming
Yeah.
surgery to watch, especially when you realize when you're watching the doctor work.
Swamp donkey.
It's crazy. He literally is cut open their knee and he's pushing up and he's cutting off the top where the socket goes. He's cutting the bottom. They just literally have a saw. And
like you do it to a deer.
Yeah, they saw it off. They saw off the top. Then they get a drill and they drill holes in your bone to attach a new one on.
Right.
You're watching this guy going, I have all those tools in my shop.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
No. Guy's busting out a reciprocating saw. He's got like a drill. And you're going, holy crap.
Married by a humbug there, Swamp Donkey.
Buddy of mine got in a serious motorcycle accident. And they were on the Tobin Bridge in Boston. And a car squeezed him. They were on a motorcycle. And the car squeezed him. And he wound up hitting the side of the Tobin on a motorcycle.
Wow.
Okay. It didn't take his leg, but he still walks around with a metal rod in his leg. And the thing of it is that I can remember his father telling the story that they took him up to surgery. And they're in the waiting room up in the surgery thing, and all they can hear is the fucking drilling.
When you see some of the stuff and you watch it, it's amazing what they're doing.
Yeah, isn't it?
I mean, they're literally taking screws, drilling a hole. They're pre-drilling, and they're putting screws in to your leg. It's like, wow.
Yep, this motherfucker cannot walk through a fucking, what do you call it? Without setting the thing off. Jason McDaniel, great to see you, brother.
Hello.
It's amazing, though. I watch that every once in a while, the surgeries.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I've seen I watched them do one of it was a bowel resection, they called it. But a guy had a dead piece of bowel, and they did it through a tiny hole. They put 4 little, they're like a diamond, but it's got a sharp point, and they put it in the guy on 4 different points, blew his stomach up, like literally filled it with air, so they could get these things in there and work. And they were working in these little tiny holes, and they have a camera and another one, and they're doing the whole thing like that. It was amazing.
I'm a weirdo like you. I can watch that stuff too, John.
Yeah. I'm curious. You talk about it. I want to see what it looks like. It's just amazing when you see them bust out.
You see a heart pumping while a guy's fucking doing surgery.
Yeah,
that's the fucking nuts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just like, wow.
The TV, it don't bother me.
that's a human heart that's fucking beating. This is
Yeah.
like fucking, look at that. You know, the ones I don't understand are like these people that wind up in the hospital and they have like there was one, I don't know if she fell on it, I don't know how the story happened, but this girl impaled herself. You know those wrought iron fences, and they have
Wow.
like spears at the top of them,
Yeah.
right? She impales herself, okay, on one of them. All right, the thing goes in one side of her belly, right, up through her chest and out the other side. Fire department comes, they cut away the thing, and she starts crying. She wasn't crying before they got there. As soon as the vibration of the fucking Sawzall cutting away the fucking spear, right?
Jarred it loose.
And now they're gonna take her to the hospital with the fucking spear in her.
Yep.
They do the fucking operation, and she lives.
Oh yeah.
How?
Yeah. As long as it didn't hit anything vital, then yeah. I mean, I got a buddy who we rushed him to the hospital. He's one of those nut bags that drops the safety off his air guns. He always
Yep.
does it. And
Yeah.
they were passing it down via the hose, because you're on the roof, you're passing it down. And when the guy banged something, it swung out. When it came back, it double bumped right in the chest. Just went boom, boom. And I mean, that's a public service announcement. People never take the safety off your pneumatic guns.
I've seen the same idiots lock their guard back on a skill saw and then rest it on their thigh. It's like, are you kidding me?
I
I'm
kicked
not.
I kicked the skill saw away. I kicked the skill saw away because the guy just got caught on its own, sawdust build up, whatever. And it didn't close on its own. And the kid put the fucking saw down. And now the thing's going around and fucking, right, it's doing the fucking breakdancing fucking, you know what I mean? And I got steel toes on, and I just fucking boom! And I boot the fucking thing. Well, lucky enough, I boot the thing and it landed on the fucking handle. On the little T. You know how the skill saw was a T handle, right? They're about, what are they, 5 inches across or whatever. Lands on that, and I look at him. I go, Junior. He goes, what? I go, never put a saw down without making sure the guard is down first. He goes, well, I'm used to just being able to. I says, I don't give a fuck what you're used to. I go, you could have taken. If anybody was standing there, if this was summertime and somebody was standing there with a fucking pair of sneakers on or something,
Yep.
I go, forget about it. I go, that thing would have went right across their foot.
I usually don't put a skill saw down until the blade quits spinning.
That's the best way to do it.
I mean, it takes what, 20 seconds?
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's like
that's
my
making
my
break.
middle boy. I was trying to teach him how to use what I consider to be one of the most dangerous tools, which is,
Chainsaw.
well, that is, yeah. But I mean, for me, no, I'm not going to be able to say the name. And I own 3 of them.
Steve
Oh,
Slade.
Whenever I start talking about something, I get excited about it. Then I can't say the name.
Radio
Drive?
The radial arm saw.
Yes.
What I consider to be the absolute most dangerous.
I hate the new ones, by the way, but go ahead.
Yep.
They're a limb chopper.
He
New ones suck. You got to go
I
up.
tried to
down,
have a whole
down.
speech with him about crossing your arms. You can never cross your arms in front of a radial arm saw.
That's right.
Telling him always left hand left, right hand right.
Yep.
Stand to the left side.
Yep.
I'm telling him how to make a clean call. But I'm trying to explain to him, you're pulling the blade at you. But if it snags, it's coming at you at an alarming rate of speed, still spinning. So you need to be careful. And oh my God, first thing he did, literally, got his hand on there, hand went across, and I yanked that cord right out of the wall. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? First thing.
Yep.
You see this.
You
and
lose
it's
a
like,
fucking hand real
oh,
quick.
man.
Same with the sliding trim saws, the chop boxes.
Yep.
I've seen guys do that. Well, I can't do it. Well, then don't do it, dude.
Yep. I don't even own that one because I don't like that one. I have a regular chop saw.
Right.
That radio alarm that Steve's got at work, that sumbitch cut a body in half.
I'll tell you what, though, that is the most reliable, easiest to use, kicking, sticking radio alarm saw that I have ever used.
Delta?
That thing is
Hang on one sec. Merry
you got, a
Christmas,
Delta?
Merry Christmas, Swamp Donkey.
dude, it's got a 16 or 18-inch blade on it.
Really?
It's a monster. It's real.
The nicest saw that I've ever used, and I think is probably one of the safest, is the panels.
Yeah, those are great.
Oh, the panel saws that just go down,
Yeah.
up and down. Yeah.
It makes a north.
I'll give you
south,
one that's
east, west
dangerous.
cut.
I'll give you one that's dangerous. I'm a junior, sophomore, freshman. I don't know. I went back to Wilmington High, so I was a junior. Junior in high school. I'm in carpentry class. What's the first thing we made? First thing we made junior in high school was a push stick. And for all you people out there, the young ones that don't know what a push stick is, when you're using a table saw and you have 3/4 of an inch on one side and you got to push that through.
Yeah.
Well, I know the table saws are different today, but the table saws we had.
I don't care what year.
You always.
What year? That right there.
Yep.
After that happened, you wouldn't see me getting my hand within 6 inches.
And let me tell you, so we made push sticks. I loved using the jigsaw, making them. And it was kind of with bandsaw rather. It was kind of fun. It was cool. You know, I even painted mine with jaws on it and the whole nine. But let me tell you something. Here's the fucking teacher. He's showing us how to do this, do that. And what happens to him? His fucking tie come out.
Oh no!
Why would he have a tie on?
Me, and this other kid yelled to the room, "Your tie, your tie!" And we just went like this over this. Well, okay, so the blade's here. Our hands are way up, so it wasn't like we were gonna get. And we're yelling at him, and we're like, "Your tie, your tie!" And he stopped. And he went back, and he grabbed his tie, took it off because he tucked it. Remember back in the day, you tuck your tie inside your third and fourth button, right? And I looked at him. I go, wasn't that a safety hazard? Didn't you tell us no loose clothing, no jewelry?
Yeah.
You know, it's the 80s. You don't want the Mr. T starter kit hanging over a fucking table saw.
Uh-huh.
You know, and he's like, well, boys, see how accidents can happen? He says, and I want to thank you. He says, because that could have been a very, very bad mess.
Oh.
Like my father taught me. He was so adamant. I learned why. But the first thing you do before you even turn on any saws, he used to tell us, is you walk right over, get the push broom. This is the first thing you do before you turn on the saw. Is you sweep the floor all the way around the saw.
Right.
Make
Yep.
sure your foot doesn't land.
You're not
on
tripping,
anything.
slipping.
Yeah, because I mean, no matter what, you're going to be feeding things through, and as long as there's plenty of room, you're feeding things through. But boy, one slip, that's it. Your hand's in front of a blade.
You shouldn't be pushing that hard in the first place. If your blade ain't sharp, don't use it.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh, I can get.
I was making my drawers. I was making a drawer for my for the nightstand I made, and I'm using the dado, you know. And I'll tell you, I had no problem. We put in. I still use the stick and everything like that. Whoom, right through, you know. This kid's making a fucking 5-drawer. It's like a 5-drawer little cabinet type thing. First time. He came about 1/4 of an inch from dado in his fucking thumb. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Because all of a sudden I had blum, 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 blum. Well, what happened is that he told us afterwards, and then the kid behind us actually told us, but so he gets it, and he moved it somehow. I'm thinking with his thumb, right? This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking with his thumb. All of a sudden, he gets scared, right? Does one of these. But when he does one of those, now the saw's in control of the piece of fucking wood.
Yep.
Right? So that thing just went fucking blah, 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 flying. And he got scared. And I'm like, dude. I goes, this is the easiest piece of thing you're working on. He goes, what are you talking about? I goes, dude. I says, you got your guard here. He says, yep. I go, put that fucking thing against there like that. Keep it nice and tight. Yep. Push. Nice and easy. Get your little push stick. Watch this. You ready? You're done. I go, why are you trying to fucking... Why is your thumb anywhere? Like, he had his thumb here. You know what I mean?
People
like,
do it.
Why
They do
is
it
your
all the
thumb
time.
right there?
They do it all
I'm like,
the
but
time.
why? I'm like, I couldn't understand. It goes, that's the blade. And technically it's 3 blades. But, I don't want to, I go, but why's your thumb right there? I go, what are you, an idiot? I go, dude, I don't want you shitting all over me. I don't want to get thumb and fucking hand all over my face.
It's like
Come on,
it's like
Brad.
sometimes you'll see people that are cutting in front of the saw, and it sounds strange, but you don't have to. You can cut from the side.
You should cut from the side.
Yeah, and they'll get right up on there, and they'll be going like, you don't have to do that. There's plenty of room.
I shot a
Cut
piece
from the
of
side.
I shot a piece of wood between the fence and the blade about an inch wide, probably it was probably a 1x6, and it was probably an inch wide. I was trimming, and that piece was about 18 inches or so long. That some bitch shot out of that saw because I was standing off to the side.
Yep.
It shot out past the side of me, went about 10, 15 feet, and stuck right into the tail light lens of my Dodge van.
Yep.
Yep, it'll happen.
Sure did.
The biggest mistake I see people make when they're using a table saw is they're looking at the blade, not at the fence.
Yep.
What's going to hurt you on a table saw is when your piece of plywood starts coming away from
Right.
the fence because you're over manipulating it,
Right.
and it will catch that blade and do a perfect circle and knock you right on your ass.
And what I don't get is like,
And
when,
tuck your hand into the blade.
like Johnny was still saying, especially if you're using plywood on a fucking table saw, why would you be standing?
They do it all the time.
But no, but my thing is that can you do it? Yes. Especially if you have long arms, you can do it. But the most efficient, most easy way to do it is from the side.
Yeah, you stand beside the
Because now you can just
plywood,
go,
grab the back left-hand corner, and you
Yep.
push.
and you're pushing with the right top left-hand corner,
And you
going like
don't
that.
push towards the blade, you push towards the fence.
And,
Right.
And it will slide along the fence and make a perfect.
Right.
and the other thing they don't do is when you feel the tension at all, you stop.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't
They
push
try
it.
to they try
You
to
don't push it.
they try to push through. And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop.
Work through. I
What,
can get
that
it to go
smoke?
through
That smoke that's happening. That
Yeah.
is that going to hurt when I let that piece of wood go?
You'll watch
Yeah.
them. They're going, they're going, what's going? Stop.
there. Yep.
You've already toasted your cut. There's no reason to finish. You've toasted the cut. So
Yep.
stop.
Lift it off the blade.
They don't listen.
Not at all.
I used to cut on a saw when I lived in New Orleans in the mill shop. It was a 3-horse, 3-phase motor, direct drive shaft, a 1-inch shaft, and you could put up to an 18-inch table saw blade on that monster.
Wow.
And that thing did not set. We used to cut probably 4 or 5 inches thick heart pine, which is like the hardest stuff in the world. You can't cut it with a chainsaw, and that thing would just hum right through it, no problem. Gobble gobble.
Well, that beams you were
But
cutting.
when we used to resaw that stuff, we'd be in like full hockey goalie gear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that stuff you were cutting at work, them beams for that gate, they made that table saw grunt a little bit.
Yeah, that table saw is kind of old and the belts are getting loose. It needs to be
Tuned up.
it needs a once over, you know, a
Yeah.
re-grease and a
All
I
the
used to cut.
tools are like the best you can buy. I mean, they're 40, 50 years old,
oh yeah,
but you can't buy that no more.
that's right.
That's an industrial.
I just got a 71 Craftsman, one of the original first contractor bandsaws. Comes
Really?
with the big, has 2 trays, and you have to lift it up like a wheelbarrow to roll it around.
Right.
Guy had it in like 20 pieces. Someone had taken it apart and was doing a full cleaning, and he didn't know what the heck was going on. He's like, I don't know if you want to get it, $50. I was like, oh, I'll take it. Why not? I know exactly what it is. I had to put it all back together, but I got it down in the call shop right now. I love that thing. That is an amazing little saw.
Yep. The saw is an inanimate object. If something happens, it's your fault.
That's right.
Like we
Yep.
used to cut polycarb at work, right? Or Lexan, whatever you guys want to call it, the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's 177, right? And we did it with a skill saw, okay? And we used a what do you call a blade on it? It wasn't a regular wood blade. It was a what do you call a blade on it? And we're cutting, right? So I'm showing this kid. I said, listen. I said, you have to. I said, we take it off the big, huge reels, right? Measure it, make your line. Then I put a bar under it, you know, obviously, so the fucking blade's not gonna hit the fucking floor, right? Well, sometimes I get lazy and I would fucking just roll it off the fucking reel till it's about 2 inches off the reel, right? And then so it's so stiff, I would just cut it from there. So I said, but don't do that. This is because you're not supposed to, and you'll get in trouble. And I said, but listen, I said, the safest way to do this is just pull it off. You're giving the customer an extra 2 inches. You don't have to be fucking. I mean, you want to make it square, but you don't have to be. You know, don't get all upset if it's not. You know. He's like, okay. I said, but now listen to me. Watch me. I goes, you have to. You have. So we cut it right, and I'm showing him. I go, you have to stand here. I said, take your 2 fingers. You're a lefty or a righty. He goes, I'm a righty. I said, good. Do the exact same way I'm doing it. I just take your middle finger and your ring finger on your left hand. I says, put it on that handle. He's put it on the handle. I just squeeze the trigger of the fucking skill saw. Pull a little bit because this is plastic. This isn't fucking wood. I says, but if you go too slow, it's gonna bind like a bitch. Trust me. He don't want to listen. He's got fucking shit shooting out at him. Fucking. I'm like, that's why we wear safety glasses, kid. You know. He said, well, how do you do it? I said, watch. And I did it for him.
I always tape them down before I cut them.
You know. But
Yeah, I watched my brother ram his thumb into that big giant table saw in New Orleans, and he tried to blame it on the saw. It's like, you freaking idiot. It was, you did it. You were cross cutting and pushed his thumb right into it. Man, that was a horrible sound.
Oh, man.
Ugh.
The only thing I never got good at that I want to get good at, I need to get good at, is resawing.
Yeah, that's an interesting proposition.
I have I have a Craftsman tilt-a-head. You know what that is?
Yep.
The bandsaw where the actual, not the table, but the head tilts. And then I have the tabletop Craftsman one I just got. And I've tried resawing on both. I'm just not. I'm no good at it. I just can't get it.
The big secret to resawing is you got to flip the board end to end, not over and over.
No, I get that, but I never can. Once I get that throat open wide enough, for some reason, I always seem to get a vibration that just I don't get a true cut.
Huh. Are you using a resaw blade on your bandsaw?
No.
There's step one in the right direction. Get a resaw blade. They got more of a set on the tooth, and they're a stiffer steel.
Is it like a 1-inch blade?
I'm sorry?
Is it a 1-inch?
Well, you can get them in different widths, but you have to make sure your tension on your bandsaw blade is correct. Your blade is probably too loose. When you're bandsawing and your blade wanders, your tension is too loose. You need to tighten up the adjustment on your wheel, and really, you should be able to pluck that blade and it should go bong.
That's probably what my deal is.
Yep. If your blade's loose, it'll wander.
Is this new Craftsman that I got? Do you remember the old commercial where I mean, not the commercial, the old show where Alan Funt, Candid Camera?
Yeah.
They would take and they would weld a little nut on and take out the dipstick, and then they would drive the car into the gas station and have the guys check the oil, and they could never find the dipstick. That's what I feel like with this new Mini Craftsman. I cannot find where to set the tension for the blade on this saw, and it's not on the top at all. There's no pass through at all. It's it's the old cast aluminum.
Yeah.
So they did it just like they do sand cast.
Right.
So you have the two pieces that come together, and there's no tensioning on the back, and there's no tensioning on the top.
So it's hinged like almost like a sign outside of business, right? So it's hinged.
Well, what you do is you unscrew two big wheels here and two on the bottom. The whole side comes off as one piece.
Okay.
And there's your two wheels. All right. And there's nothing, you can see the spring, but the spring goes against a bar on the top, and there's no nut. So I've just sat there and stared at this thing going, how do you tighten this thing? Because I'm getting a little bit of a vibration.
Could it be on the bottom?
I'll have to check.
Because the tilting saw, maybe it has to be on the bottom.
The tilting saw, I know where that one is. That's on the back. It's the new one I got, the 1971. I cannot find where to adjust that blade.
It has to be on there, otherwise you can't change blades.
That makes sense to me, but I can't find it anywhere.
Unless it's like a cocking mechanism where you just pull on the wheel and something grabs it. It's just spring loaded.
I thought perhaps because there is that spring at the top above the wheel, but it just didn't make sense to me. I was like, it's something I haven't seen before.
Yeah, unless there's a part missing.
So you want to hear a weird one? I got a buddy of mine that when he's using a chainsaw, okay. So let's say he's already you already got the tree down. Now you're just cutting it up.
Yeah, the dangerous part.
He'll cut two. He'll go in halfway with a cut, come out, go over, quarter of an inch, and then do another cut. So now there's like this much of a fucking piece of, wood in there, And then he'll do that, and I'm like, why do you do that? And you know what he told me?
He got a saw pinched once.
That's what he said. He said, my blade stuck one time. He says, I'll never do it again. He said, ruined my bar and everything. And
what he should do.
Well, here's the problem. The problem is that you use too small of a saw. I go, you don't use a 14-inch chainsaw to cut a tree that's 14 feet round. Okay, it just doesn't work that way. Okay, I said, you got to go with what the job calls for. And I said, you are in the same boat I'm in. We can take down a decent tree, but we can't take down,
Well, it's not necessarily the size of your saw. It's the technique of the cut. If you got any pressure on it, you need to cut from the
Yeah,
bottom.
but you can't. You really can't use a 14-inch. I mean, you can in a pinch, but you really can't use a 14-inch saw on a fucking tree that you can't. That 4 people can't hold hands around. You know?
Right. I've done it, but it was out of desperation.
Yeah, and it's hard, and that's what it's hard because you got to do all those extra cuts. You know,
But watch.
I've never used a wedge though. I'll give you that. I've never used a wedge. I wouldn't even know how.
What's your guy, Shalisa? The
Hmm?
tree cutter dude? Who's your boy?
Axman.
Buck and Billy Ray Smith.
Buck and Billy Ray. You want to learn how to cut trees and cut logs, go watch his channel.
That
And-
guy's fun.
And a great personality too, yeah.
What did Johnny leave?
He probably ran downstairs to look at that saw.
It's funny how that stock though does look like an UGG boot.
I'm here. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, not
I'm-
you, Johnny. I meant the other John.
Oh,
How what looks like an UGG boot, Shalisa?
Search scar stock equals UGG boot, like Armament and Axes said. If you go and search scar stock and equals UGG boot, or just scar stock UGG boot, it's pretty damn funny. Or I could just share the screen and show, but it's that's just funny.
Ooh. Who's that from?
this is 2.
Oh.
John Solar. Well, not Solar, but you know what I mean. I got them all to fit in this little box, man. It's a little bulge, but I just got them put about 6 coats of packing tape over the whole damn thing. If it fits, it ships. By God, I'm getting my money's worth.
There you go.
No, I got this one though. I want to give away
Cool.
Harshman Hills.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that on the Fired Up Fetwood Friday today.
Yeah,
Pretty windy out there, man. Brr.
it's crazy windy, man.
You're in the wide open area, ain't you?
Yeah, I don't know, there's got to be a couple hundred acres across the street between the soccer field next to the church and then the farm field past that. And to the west, I got woods right here, but to the south, toward Grand Rapids, it's wide open.
Might as well live on the ocean.
It was almost as bad as the farmhouse where I used to live with the ex.
Yeah.
Now that was in the middle of like 400 acres.
Yeah, every time I saw your video there, all I could think of was, geez, the wind must get really loud there.
Oh yeah,
That and the icy from in. Just
yeah. The furnace,
The icy
when it was cold, the furnace never shut off, and it was the size of a Volkswagen. That old farmhouse, that old furnace.
yeah, those houses breathe a little.
Yeah. Well, it had all new windows and had some new siding and stuff on it, but it was still hard to heat. You know, you got 4 bedrooms and upstairs, and it was a big house, 2 living rooms, you know, big house.
A parlor.
Wow.
Yeah, they sure built them back in the day.
Yeah, they did. A lot of pine doors, trim.
Man, I tore apart, did some cabin renovations up around Houghton Lake one time. They had cherry studs, maple studs, you name it. They had it in that house.
Damn. Yeah, this one here, they changed the windows. Matter of fact, you got them long lead ballasts in the walls.
Yeah,
That's how old it was.
nice.
Here, Steve, I want to show you these pictures of it. I just went and took some pictures of it.
Yeah, I knew he did. Couldn't stand it no more.
Well, no, it's driving me freaking nuts. All right, well, let's see. Share screen. Let's see if I can do this here.
What are you trying to do, Johnny?
Can you see? Oh, crap. Hold on.
Hey,
I'm
Gunpowder
messing
sent you a link a long time ago.
Let's see here.
Oh my God, it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Technically, it's 10 after, 11 after.
Hey, John, you got your computer back up in your computer room.
So me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, finally, I got everything of Rhett's out. His room's all done. Do you see that?
Oh, you scared me for a minute there.
Not no
John.
more. What happened?
Yeah, we
I
don't
don't
want
know.
it.
There you
Oh,
go.
there it is. Okay.
You scared me for a minute there when you said you got rid of everything up for Reds. I'm like,
No,
did I
no.
fucking miss a week or something?
That's the back. Okay. And let's see here. This is it from the forward front. That's the original style of portable contractor bench they used to have. So that's what I was saying was like the two
What
head.
model?
It's a model I don't know. It's a 71. It's
The
motor
Roto?
driven from the base.
Oh, that's
see-
totally. That's odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here's the top. Okay. And then, like I was saying, let me get the back here.
Yeah, there should be a tilt, the wheel tilt adjustment, and the up and down adjustment.
There's
Right.
there's nothing at all.
I mean, my cheap ones even got the up and down adjustment for tension.
See, here's the back.
And you've
Right.
only got what, 3 inches of cutting space?
Oh no, I got lots. All this.
What's that knob do, John?
This takes off the back. That's what these knobs do. It has the big knobs that you can use to take it off.
There's
See,
not
like here, when you take these knobs off, these 4, this whole side comes off.
What
Well,
if
you
they-
know, we got Adrian's downstairs. We got it. His dad built a bench for it and broke it all up because he had one of them shop smiths where it was
Yep.
all 5-in-1 deal.
Yep.
Well, he took the bandsaw off and he put it on a metal frame, so it's by itself. And that one don't have the knob on it either. That one, once you get it open, it's got Allen bolts that adjust it, loosen and adjust it in 2 different spots.
I'll have to check and see if it's something like that. Because I'm just sitting there staring at this thing going, what the hell? I
Yeah.
love the saw. It's just, when I got it, it was all in pieces.
What year is it?
71.
It looks a lot like his, actually, for being a craftsman.
Looks
That's totally interesting. It's
And it's
got
old.
some kind of track adjustment on the inside with, like what John said, with the Allen screws or something.
Yeah, that's what this one is. But this is, shop smith. Some things were the ticket back in the late
Oh, yeah.
60s, early
Oh, yeah,
70s.
Shopsmith was something else.
I want to get the lathe part going. He's cleaned up.
HRM Weapons says Craftsman has set screws in for tracking.
Yep.
I'll have to check and see if that's what it is.
So that means there has to be some kind of a hollow carrier, and then the shaft goes through it. And then the adjustment screw would be below and above it. Yeah, there's got to be an up and down and a tilt.
Yeah, because I got in there, I'm like, can't figure that one out.
change your blades.
Oh, sorry to hear, Gunpowder. Her puppy died.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, no.
It was a cute little puppy too. What was wrong with it? If I may ask.
I don't know.
it's hard on the eyes.
You gotta careful not to strain your eyes there, John. Let them heal.
That's why I got to get so close to read it.
Right. Yeah, don't strain them.
No, he
You
said
gotta
my
Just
street was perfect. He says it turned out perfect. My eye looks perfect. Now let's do that up. I'll be getting a seeing eye dog if I do that.
Right.
Then you want to really see some messed up edited videos. Check it out then.
How's she look, Ralphie? Boo-boo.
Think they're bad now.
Computer train that pooch.
I still
Did you
got.
send me your email, John?
No, I did not.
Don't forget to send me that so I can get you some money.
I will someday.
Night armament.
I figured you'd wait till you got that my return mailing address and send me that piece of stuff that you were going to send me before.
I've already got it ready.
Oh, well, that's a swap then in my books.
I want to see you do one of those nice sets of ferro
Yeah.
rods.
Yeah, I can't wait to get. I'm chomping. I see Steve, man. By the way, freaking amazing bowl, Steve. That turned out freaking
That
awesome.
was nice.
Oh, the
I
cedar.
like, yeah,
I
I
just
like
watched
that.
it before I came on chat, and I'm like, holy shit, that's beautiful.
Well,
Whenever I want to wince and just sit back in my chair and go, "Fuck," I watch Steve turn something. He'll go, okay, here's my knuckles, and here's the product.
Yeah. I miss turning so bad. Just
gotta get in there.
And when you start and you got that crazy shit, you're like,
I love it.
I'm always like,
I almost get fired up when I spin something that's funky, you know.
That
But I can wait till I
touch
get
is,
the glasses now, and I can't get no dust in my eye,
right.
so I'm screwed for like 30 days total.
and the
Yeah.
guys that I deal with, when I send them something, they expect it to track like butter. When they turn it on, they don't see anything, no movement at all.
I love that drive, that center drive you got, Steve. That bit.
Yeah, it
Right.
was pretty good. You know what? It did dig into that soft wood a little bit, but it was a lot more stable than the tapered one. A
Yeah,
lot.
I'm sure you didn't have to crank it in there to get it to seat,
Right.
you know, like the regular Live Center or drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it bit really early, but I had to tighten it back up a couple of times because it actually was so sharp that it was almost like drilling a hole in it.
Well, it looked like a hole saw.
Yeah. Well,
I
that-
gotta find a mandrel like that. That's what I want to do, is get a mandrel with the same end.
right.
Because right now I'm still on M2s. You know, and every time you get a piece that has any vibration, it works its way out.
Does it?
Yeah.
What about a little collar with a set screw to hold it?
Well, I mean, I'm running M2 mandrels right now, and I don't like them. I've actually tried to weld on the end a piece of all thread. So when I go through, I can make my own fastener. But then welding it causes little imperfections, and then I'll get a slight wobble.
Yeah, you'd have to weld it and re-mill it.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not
I
ready
need a
for
pair of
that.
them duck bill jaws that go insert into the regular G2. Chuck, you know them? Their extensions are like that long.
Yeah.
Reach
Yeah.
out, grab stuff like a ferro rod handle or something to that effect. Because I find you lose a little bit of wood there. You know what I'm saying? A little more than what you need to.
Yep.
Well, I usually deal with everything. Like when I'm doing like duck calls and goose calls, I'm running 5/8. So I'll just run a 5/8 mandrel, and then it gives me access to the whole top. I can work the whole top.
Yeah.
But boy, if I could get a mandrel that had an end like you have, I've got a set of jaws where I can slip it in there and crank it down. That'd be nice.
I know I got some good oak drying by the wood stove all month and some black walnut and
Nice.
I'm not sure what it is, but I got some pieces like that bigger. Well, probably that big around. I got one big piece of black walnut, but I want to make Carl, the guy that sent it to me, I'd like to make him a bowl out of it.
Cool. That little lathe to do it, man.
Oh yeah, I've seen it
It's
done.
got some balls for a little baby lathe.
It does, man. I tell you
I've
what.
seen you turn some insane stuff.
I know.
Wall papers.
You just want to type, what are you smoking?
That's why you buy the big tools, man.
That mall I made, man, that thing there when I first fired that chunk of firewood up, it fucking shook all my tools off my bench.
I still remember that video.
That's why I had it screwed down to the bench.
It's Lisa standing outside your shop, and the whole wall's just shaking.
Yeah.
I love that video.
Right?
I pretend like I'm at the sink and I'm like, what the heck's going on?
That was
Steve's
a time
turning.
when I've had it shake worse than that.
The frickin' root balls are the ones that get me going Eddie turns.
Yeah. I worry about those tools though, man. All them dirt and gravel, sand and stones and whatever else.
Like Edward Scissor fingers.
I made a little something today out of a root ball to see if it'll show up.
I might be able to get it show up on mine.
Let me see.
Oh, is that a table?
Yeah, like a little plant stand.
Really?
Oh, look at that.
And that's a root ball, or not a root ball, but it was a stump that grew little saplings off of it.
Look at that.
That is cool.
Flipped her upside down.
That's nice. Huh.
I'll end up posting on Facebook probably.
That was cool. Oh yeah,
There's a better.
Oh yeah, that looks nice.
It's weird.
it's cool.
But that's the good stuff.
Freaking art.
Oh, I didn't mean to show that picture. Sorry. No.
Good old.
Bridges up, Steve.
Hey, you get famous.
Well, I got poked in the eye.
Her puppy died of internal bleeding.
What?
It's never good when you lose a pet, man. That's like part of the family.
Just make sure your daughter's protected.
Yeah. That thing was just barely weaned, wasn't it?
Sorry to hear, Gunpowder.
Absolutely.
That's a bummer.
But there is a good lesson in it. You know, the kids learn about life and death, and animals are not permanent.
Nope, that's the sad thing about it. I lost all mine in the divorce, but at least I know they're still alive, so it wasn't that bad of a deal. You know, it ain't like they passed and they're gone, but I
Right.
still haven't seen them in a year, almost to the day. Matter of fact, December 22nd, tomorrow will be a year.
Right on, HRM. I haven't tried a negative rake carbide yet.
I got my first carbide, the square bit, but I got to make a handle for it.
Watch them. Them square bits will bite.
Yeah.
I do not like those tools at all.
No, you got to hang on to them.
My round carbide I really like, and I really
I
got
can't.
rid of it. You
I
can
have them all.
I can put it on a little tilt and kind of make it a negative rake. But my square one, man, every time I get that in there, unless I'm just using the corner, I get a bite on it. I think I'm running it too high to the wood. I think I need to lower my rest with the carbide.
That square should only be used for fine tuning.
Right.
I've watched people go at the stuff I make with those same tools, and they'll be, and I get what I call sanded in the face. When I touch it up against it, it just goes,
Yeah.
and there'll be a million little holes. I do not have the ability to work with those. I started turning in the 70s.
Ask
And I
me.
turn with the same old-fashioned tools.
Yep. What you
And I
do?
use it, on urethane.
Right on. They may have negative rate carbide they might be using.
I don't know. Like when you watch Eric turn some of my stuff, I'll squawk because he'll go inside to cut the mouthpiece, and instead of slowly coming in and just tuning, he goes done.
Right.
One push down, and I go, oh my god, he's gonna snap it.
Does he got videos, John?
Oh yeah,
Who is it?
Eric Karstens.
Eric C.
Yeah,
Eric
it's Foul
G.
Fanatics. Now, if you get in there and you want to ask questions, it depends on how big the turning is if he can answer. Because we've had 10,000 live.
I usually don't buff them when they're live. I usually let them do their thing.
But yeah, sometimes he'll have 10,000 people on there while he's doing it. But you can see him turn a lot of my stuff on Foul Fanatics on Facebook.
It's like 1:25, and I'm going hunting tomorrow, so isn't Stevie.
It's early yet.
The problem is it's early in the morning.
Good luck, brother. Good luck.
We're gonna get out of here. Stevie, from what I hear, is gonna do a chat tomorrow night. So check if you're not getting YouTube notifications like Steve didn't get mine for my chat. Just check around 9:30 ish.
I ain't been getting a lot of notifications.
And
Steve.
if I may, Mike, I'm drawing my giveaway
Yes, go ahead.
tomorrow live. So last chance to go get in on it. You can do it via Facebook or YouTube.
I hope
And
I
the prize is that beautiful thing, everyone.
beautiful. If I win, I'm paying it forward to Lee Ralph's wife.
Oh,
Oh.
All right. Until then, listen. I'm not gonna see you unless you're at Stevie's chat tomorrow night. So you know what? Merry Christmas. Peace.